Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dolynny TV. Welcome back to another edition of Edmonton Oilers live fan reactions. Just look at me, I'm all dazed, stunned, confused, and waiting for the stream to go live. Hold on, look at this. This is how far behind I am. I'm still watching myself get this stream set up, and then bang, there we go, I'm live, I'm talking, and we're good to go. So that was a good solid 15 seconds, I'd say. That's how far behind the action I already am. So let me tell you right now is hit that live button on YouTube as fast as you possibly can, because that will get you back to the soonest on the stream as possible. And that said too, what I have to do is get live as soon as possible on my Hockey Central, which is now on just about its way to the Edmonton Oilers game. Headhunters, welcome in. She's a 5 p.m. game time start against the Montreal Canadiens in Montreal. I think the biggest thing we've already read tonight out of Twitterland, coming from Kurt Levins of the Edmonton Sun Journal, whatever you want to say, is, well, let's get to it. Same skaters and goalies for the Oilers in Montreal as in their big win in Toronto. This a direct tweet from Kurt Levins. The club hasn't been the best this year in these sort of games. If you're really going to be a playoff club, this one is one you pretty much have to have. So that's kind of the billing, and that's kind of what I was getting going with this yesterday, is the simple fact that for the Oilers, this is one you need, but at the same fact, this is one that we've had trouble with. So we've been a different team to start 2020. What does that mean for this team in a game in which we've traditionally struggled through the first half of the season? Right, that was the big overarching question yesterday. I broke down some numbers, broke down some comparisons, and really threw everything at you I could, but it comes down to we have to play the hockey game to figure out what's going to happen, and that's kind of the question right now. Is we're about 10 minutes from puck drop to figure out what this Oilers team is going to do tonight. So let me see. I can't increase my bitrate, so you guys be careful there. But it's a big question. Is this Oilers team with Mike Smith in net? Actually, let's get to the lineup. Curtin, welcome in. And of course, we've got Tim in here as well. Let's get to it. Good evening, everyone, fans of Oilers and hockey. That's the question, right? Tonight, again, similar to that Leafs game, is it's fans of hockey is what some of us may be coming to this stream to be tonight. But if you're in the stream right now, number one thing, I'm aiming to try and get in that trending section of YouTube tonight on the sports tab. So the number one way you can do that is hitting that like button and just hanging out in the chat, getting the chat active, and making sure to discuss this Oilers game as we go along. Because if we hit that trending page, guys, you want to watch things pop off and let's have an electric third period, let's hit that trending page on the sports page of YouTube and have a good night. That's kind of the deal there. So let's get to it, shall we? Before I stammer anymore, it's the same lineup as per mentioned by Kurt Levins, Jack Michaels, maybe Bob Stauffer in the pregame show on 6:30 Ched. It's Neal, McDavid, Kassian, Nugent Hopkins, Draisaitl, Yamamoto. Guys, oof, man. If we get another big game out of this line, let me tell you, that's going to be huge. Is we actually have two driving force lines right now. The McDavid, Kassian, Neal line, once they start funneling the puck to the net and getting Neal and Kassian banging that puck in, oh my goodness, that line's going to be deadly. But Draisaitl, Nugent Hopkins, Yamamoto, they have been dangerous all over the ice for the past few games. Nygaard, Sheehan, Archibald, that's what they're rolling out tonight projected. I would assume we probably see Kara up there on the third line instead of Nygaard. But that said, Kara with Haas and Chiasson might just be that different wrinkle we're looking to throw at the Montreal Canadiens for the sake of throwing something different compared to what we have. And I think, was Nygaard with Sheehan and Archibald? He might have been. Guys, who knows? Things come at you fast in the world of hockey, let me tell you that much. So let's get to it. What are we on? We are on the Canucks versus Panthers. So that's the other part of the little mini preview for tonight's hockey game, is the simple fact that all 8 teams, every single team in the Pacific Division is in action tonight, either facing another Pacific Division team or somebody else, and that means a lot of movement in those crazy Pacific Division standings, in which the Edmonton Oilers sit third, fifth, wherever you want to slot us at this point with our point totals. Right now, slotted in third, sitting behind Vegas and Arizona with 51 points. Arizona, Vegas have 54. So that's the interesting go. Calgary has 51. Canucks have 50. And then it's a drop off between Vancouver and San Jose of 8 points, 121 goals for, 151 goals against for the Sharks. That might explain 22 losses on the season, but you look at 39 Anaheim points, 38 Los Angeles points. So if you want anyone to win in the division tonight, maybe it's Anaheim, maybe it's Los Angeles, because that would at least keep at bay, hopefully, the bigger teams from doing any damage to us this evening. So right there you go. That's what you need to know. Cody, welcome in, as we are going to hit a Connor McDavid production, Act 1, in Boston, where he was quite magical, except for now, there we go, my Sportsnet froze out, loaded again, because the channel turned the page in Act 2. This is still, you can't describe it in real time because it just happens so quick and so stupid that Connor McDavid scores that goal beating Mr. Morgan Riley, and that was just a... Again, I was at a loss of words, and I know somebody called me out for it in the comments of that live stream, but what's a guy supposed to do? And we'll update the other games so you can stay focused on the Oilers. Sounds good, Tim. Thank you. Appreciate it. And I mean, that also gives you a scope of what's going on before me, which is good. And then we've got, as long as the Oilers continue winning, that's all that matters. Well, like I said, this is a have-to-have game, but at the same rate, the Oilers have kind of butchered games against sliding opponents this year. So, you know what I mean? It's a 50-50 either way. Robert, welcome in. Who really knows which way this Oilers game is going to go? That's the big challenge, test, task, whatever you want to say, the Oilers have ahead of themselves tonight, is what can they do to try and, take this one by storm, go into the Bell Center and squeak out 2 points and pretty much take home, Buffalo, Boston, Toronto, Montreal, 7 of 8 points on the road, and then have to face Calgary on Saturday, a game of which I will be at the Saddledome for. You know what? That sets up a very, very good game against the Flames, I think. Honestly, you'd have to say that sets up a very, very good game against the Flames on Saturday. And I hope if you guys are in Calgary that you are tuning into that one or going to the Dome, because that would be absolutely right on. And Max Domi, who else we have to watch for tonight? I don't know their team. If Jesperi Kotkaniemi's in the lineup, him. Obviously Shea Weber, Gallagher. Okay, that's probably one you have to definitely watch for. I think Dale Weiss, Ilya Kovalchuk are both in the Habs lineup again. So that's something you got to watch for there. Is, of course, Ilya Kovalchuk, if he's going to light anybody up this season with Montreal, it'll be us. Carey Price, if he gets streaky hot, and the ex-Oiler curse, Jeff Petrie. You got to be careful of that. So there's a couple of things to be aware of tonight with the Montreal Canadiens. But that said, I don't expect too much of a threat. I think what's been said a couple of times already today is the simple fact that if the Oilers are going to lose this game, it's because the Oilers beat themselves, and that's the way she goes usually in these loser games for us against weaker opponents. So let's get to it. I don't know if you remember me, but haven't stopped in a while. Hawk, of course. What a perfect time I have versus Oilers. Hawk Highlights reporting from Toronto. Hey Hawk, what's going on? Gene Principe reporting from Montreal. And incredible, magnific... Oh man, I can't speak French. Magnific... What am I doing here? Clowning it. That's what I'm doing. Connor McDavid absolutely lights it up. And Dave Tippett, I don't even know what Dave Tippett's saying, but I'm thinking he's just saying what the heck happened there. And his Price playing, as far as I know, Price is in net for the Canadiens. I just assume that, but that's again me just assuming it, so who knows. And Chiasson, oh yeah, this one. Chiasson's quote, if you guys didn't hear Chiasson's quote about the Oilers game tonight, or Oilers goal by Connor McDavid, you would know that he pretty much said that it's the best goal he's ever seen. So let's see. In net, according to Tim via the Twitter message, it is Carey Price. You're rolling out Thomas Tatar, Philip Deneau, Brendan Gallagher, Kovalchuk, Domi, Suzuki, Lehkonen, Kotkaniemi, Cousins, Poling, Thompson, Wheel. And then you've got Scandella, Weber, Kulak, Petrie, Mede, and Fleury. So that's your Montreal Canadiens for tonight. A lineup that could Oh, I don't know. Could blow you up if you aren't careful. And that's what Ilya Kovalchuk's looking to do. That would be definitely the scary part is here we go. What is going on in the broadcast booth? Everybody's got blue suits on tonight. It must be something in Montreal on a Thursday night to be rocking a blue suit. Louis is a little bit darker blue. Kevin's a little bit more powdered-ish. And Kevin's got the powdered blue shirt, whereas Louis got a straight up white shirt. Looking the classic blue-white shirt combo. That's a good time. But you know what else is going to be a good time? Let me tell you. Tonight's live stream, guys, if you hit that like button early and often, what that's going to do for us in the chat and in the stream is going to get us lots more people in here and hopefully get us a great little audience going for tonight's game against the Canadiens. I'd love to get, like we had against Toronto, love to get some Montreal Canadiens fans in here as well, get them discussing the game with us, because that's one thing you can point out, oh man, that was a great play by Connor McDavid, but similar to when we get scored on, it might be a bad play by the Montreal Canadiens defenseman. And you know what? The nice, beautiful thing about playing opponents in Canada is one anthem, and that's it. We're off to hockey, and there's nothing better than that. So here we go. Montreal Canadiens getting their on-ice graphics going. The guys on the ice. That's Montreal's the originator of that from what I remember. But here we go. They're going to black it out. And there you go. The Canadian flag on the ice. And here we are off and running this evening between the Montreal Canadiens and the Edmonton Oilers. And I don't like the anthems before every single game. It takes up too much time, even though it's only like a minute. Well, it's tradition, and that's the thing. Is you know what? I'm a big guy. You know what? Hockey's rooted in tradition, and if you're gonna take out the tradition of the anthems, it just doesn't have the same thing. Especially like think about it in the playoffs when you get those playoff anthems going and you get that pride going. It just there is nothing that beats it, and that's the simple thing. Nothing beats a good playoff anthem. And I think there was a moment of silence that I missed. I think I missed a moment of silence. If anyone who has what that story was about, please let me know in the comments. As I do have TV sound today. I figured out how to have TV sound without it picking up in the mic. Problem is, I can barely hear it with the headset on, so it does make a little bit of an issue. As here we go, we're going to have a big old band come out to the ice, and they're going to have their conductor there, and we're going to get this hockey game nicely underway after O Canada projected by the band, and here we go, off and running. Pre-game prediction, if Oilers score first, it should result in the W. Well, you know what, that's been a key to success sometimes, but again, against Boston, we didn't score first, and we won that one, so we're hoping. Yes, oh, and yes for the airliner. That would make sense. That absolutely would make sense. That's the big news story of the week, and yeah, that's ugly. That's at the end of the day, that's all that is probably the most unfortunate thing that could have happened in that entire story, and that's where I'll leave it at that for now, because there's more to come. And Bryson, let's go Oilers. That's right. Let's get back focused on the Oilers and get this going. Rise for O Canada. Well, I'd have to take off my hat and all that too. And trust me, you'd be just seeing my chest there. That don't make for good viewing television. So here we go. They got this going. They got her underway, and we'll be rocking. We'll be rolling right away for this this hockey game here. And they're just getting that anthem going, and yeah, we'll get this hockey game underway in no time. I think I started the pregame a minute too early. That's always the difficulty with the broadcast, is starting the pregame at the right time, not to run out of things to say during the anthem. As you saw, I did, classically right there. They've got the Go Habs Go flag. And here we go. We're going to get this in and off the ice. And now we get the Oilers getting underway against the Montreal Canadiens this evening. Starting goalies, well, it's going to be Mike Smith versus Carey Price for the Oilers. Jason, welcome in. Oilers have destroyed Price during his career. Well, that's the thing. It's Carey Price. He's got to figure it out at some point. And you know what? It, of course, would come against the Oilers if he does. 9-9-3, Mike Smith, who's fought back to be .500. And then you've got Carey Price, who is 16, 15, and 4. 301 goals against average, 902 save percentage. This is where I got to hit that live button. And Carey Price right there. Ethan Bear starts on the ice. This Oilers game just about underway. Darnell Nurse on the blue line as well. They've been reunited after a couple games apart there for a little bit. And, well, they've been better than they were. But again, the Oilers just need to reduce those goals against. I mean, we're winning, but it's the same thing. Risky business is as risky business does. So hopefully tonight's the night to do that. And you look at Brendan Gallagher right there for the Montreal Canadiens. Here we go. We're off. We're running. We're underway. As Connor McDavid lines up against Philippe Danault in the Montreal Canadiens center ice location. The puck is dropped, and the Canadiens win that face-off to start this game. And there we are underway as Darnell Nurse picks that one up. And he'll fire that one around the boards immediately out to the blue line. The Oilers get a chase the other way. McDavid doesn't know. And 6-0 for the toilet seats. 6 Oilers. Gotcha. So that's an icing right away, but look at this. Brendan Gallagher taken out and then taken out by a teammate. Ben Sherratt falling over him, and yeah, Brendan Gallagher injured there. Oh, it was a knee of Sherratt to the head. Yeah, that would hurt. That would hurt a little bit. As here we go, we're just getting that information, and now let's get this face-off. Kara Haas Chiasson, so it is actually going to be Nygaard with Sheehan and Archibald, and actually I like that because you know what, Sheehan's been showing something lately, and so is Archibald. You get him with Nygaard, get him going, it's good to go. And 1-0 Florida over Vancouver early and often, that's what we want to hear. Nurse, Bear, Jones, Russell, that leaves Larson and Clefbaum together. Tatar, Danault, Gallagher. Then they're not going to change it. Kovalchuk, Domi, Suzuki. So that's the line. If any line's going to blow up the Oilers tonight, that's the line I'm looking at doing it. And that's kind of a sketchy go because everybody's going to be yelling about Kovalchuk, and us should have signed him if that's the case. The Oilers starting in their own zone on this play is it's going to be down to the boards. Domi playing it there. It's going to be worked. And nice little play. Chip it out to the blue line. Kailer Yamamoto chips it out. Can't get it past Kovalchuk. Remember, Kovalchuk does still have skills, so we got to be careful. And you guys are going to start talking about good hits and stuff, and I'm going to be a little bit late to the punch. Please apologize for me because that is just the nature of it. Yamamoto, nice play there, and Larson's going to go, and that's the nice hit. I think a little bit off balance was his man, but we'll take the hit on Kovalchuk nonetheless, put him on his butt, and get this job done. Actually, hold on, if I move this backwards, I can actually see the comments on my screen on my TV, because I finally figured out how to set things up, so we're good, we're rolling, and we're flying. Kailer Yamamoto's line getting some ice time out there. Now Nygaard forechecking. He's going to get this puck turned over a little bit, and you like to see that. Nygaard gets tripped, no call coming up. Man, that would have been greasy if Nygaard would have drawn another penalty, but not that lucky to start this hockey game in the Bell Center. But you know what? Sheehan firing that one. Dead giveaway. Fired shot. Big save by Smith. That was a stupid giveaway by Sheehan, just throwing it to the middle like that. Dangerous is as dangerous does, I guess, but big save by Mike Smith to get the first save of this hockey game underway. And now we got to try and figure this out as Josh Archibald rushing that one up the boards. It's going to get turned over there. So far, Montreal a little bit stronger on the pucks to start this one, and that's not a worrying sign. Obviously, we came out strong against Toronto. We'd like to come out strong against Montreal, but maybe if you're gonna laze a little bit, you'd like to see the Oilers get this puck going about midway through the period. Let the Canadiens burn themselves out early and get the job done. And why is only 11 people watching? Well, my good friend John's also got a live stream of tonight's hockey game going on Hot Take Hockey, so she's a little bit of a split audience, but at the same time, a 5 o'clock start on a Thursday. Unlike on a Monday, it's a little bit harder because Thursday, Friday, you still have people getting home from work, you have people going out for supper. Thursday's closer to the weekend than Monday, right? Monday, everybody comes home, shuts down, watch the hockey game. Thursday, well, a little bit different story. Zach, welcome in. Montreal, I can't imagine that's comfortable for you, Zach. And yeah, exactly, Tim, to the point. People still getting home from work. It just is what it is. And as I said, if you want to share on social media, if you want to try and advertise as much as possible for me, give me that like on the stream, put that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you're new. Any little bit of engagement on the stream helps get the stream out there more on YouTube land in the live side of YouTube. And what that does is get more people in here at the end of the day. So that is what we'd essentially like, is try and get as many hockey fans in here to enjoy this game as possible. What do we got coming up? Is it just an offside or just a face off to the neutral zone? It's a penalty to Alex Chiasson. Ooh, ugly. That's not good. That's not good. Yeah, Edmonton penalties start on that one. Chase on grabbing the stick. Oh, man, that's a bonehead play on Kulak there. But you know what? Okay, we'll start it off. Two bonehead plays. The giveaway by Sheehan. The giveaway by Chase on. Essentially, the giveaway. Give him a free power play. Okay, but like I said, the Oilers have struggled in these ones, so I am not expecting good results. And usually when I don't expect good results, either we get terrible results or we get better than expected results. And if we get the better than expected results, that's probably a win, which means it's 3 straight, which means it's 3 or 4 out of the past 5, points in 5 straight, and all of a sudden we come into Calgary flaming hot. Essentially. Essentially. That's the crazy part, is if we come into Calgary flaming hot, that makes for a good game at the Dome, especially if Calgary loses to Minnesota at the Dome tonight. It just all puts those storylines together. And you got Sheehan and Archibald out there already for a penalty kill shift after being on the ice not too long ago. And look at this. They're moving it up and they're getting it going. Florida up 2-0 on Vancouver. You just love to see that because that really allows the Oilers to get it going. And loving the two top lines. Lee, let me tell you, the two top lines for the Oilers, I think we finally struck dynamite. And like I said, all it took is getting that spark from the farm system, breaking things up. Things were stale, things were boring, things were tried and not true. So you know what? You get Yamamoto up and you find click, click, bang what you need and you've got it going. And here we go. Tatar getting it going. Along the boards. Really, the Oilers keeping them to the outside. There's the shot. It'll go wide. And here we go. I don't know. Was that? Oh, that's what you're talking. Oh, there's what you're talking about. What the heck was that, Suzuki? Yeah, no doubt, as Carey Price has to come out and play that. That kills off a minute of the power play of the Oilers. Still top 6 in the penalty kill ranks. We're 6, so, and that would be all right. And Moto getting one tonight again. I feel it, man. If Yamamoto gets one, that would be deadly. As nice clear there by Smith, right onto the tape of Carey Price. Talk about killing penalties. Talk about having your mojo back. Mike Smith throwing it 200 feet down the ice onto the tape of Carey Price. You just love to see that. That's a huge get, and the Montreal Canadiens can't get set up as Mr. Nuge and Mr. Kara go off for a change. That brings back out Sheehan and Archibald to kill off the rest of this penalty. And man, oh man, look at this going. This is just not the start you'd like if you're Montreal. You get gifted a stupid power play. I mean, stupid because the Oilers took a stupid penalty, but you can't get anything done with it. The Oilers do pretty much the bare minimum to kill it, realistically, other than the Smith clear that was above and beyond. And Montreal is back to even strength with the Oilers, and Alex Chiasson survives what was a otherwise very stupid penalty. And here we go. Let's go up the ice in a hurry. You're talking about a 2-on-1. Jordan, welcome in, as that's going to be chipped ahead, not out. And there's a nice play by Alex Chiasson to get it going. Alex Chiasson's going to get that. There was a little bit of a stick there by Jeff Petrie. I'll give him credit where credit is due. Jeff Petrie definitely interfered with the play as much as he possibly could. And the Oilers do a good job catching Thomas Tatar streaking through the middle on the back check, or forecheck, I guess, and preventing a breakaway there, as McDavid could have done a little bit more to get that puck, but the Oilers get it at the point. And here we go. Let's set up an attack for the first time in 5 minutes to start this hockey game. Not going to happen. The Canadiens carry it back the other way. Mr. Caleb Jones gets it onto the tape and tries to spin off a couple of checks. Would have liked to see William Lagesson maybe in this game, but again, I'd at the end of the day, me being me, I'd prefer to see Caleb Jones in the lineup over Lagesson. So not that I'm too upset with it, but you know, you don't want to sit the kid, but that's what Lagesson's here to do, is be our 7th defenseman. That's why we sent down Brandon Manning. So at the end of the day, it does somewhat make sense till Matt Benning's back, as here we go through the middle. Draisaitl got his legs moving. Puck bounces up and over the stick of Yamamoto. The Oilers just have not set up an attack yet. I don't even think we have a shot on goal, honestly, unless they count that Smith dump on Price, but can't even make a pass, and now Smith's going to play that away. And let's get this going here, boys. There we go. There's the attack into the zone, and again, turned back by Montreal. Montreal's got the sticks going early. Bears a little beat here, but it's going to be just out of the reach of Kotkaniemi, so that's good to see. As back the other way come the Oilers. Draisaitl, who's going to flip it into the neutral ice. It's going to be batted down. Yamamoto offside. Going to be carried in by Nurse, and it's going to be a hand pass into the zone of the Montreal Canadiens. Winnipeg up 1-0 on Boston. That's good to see. As yeah, let's see this. Yeah, right there. Jeff Petrie gets the stick on Chiasson's shot attempt, so that's fine. You know what? That's all right. We could have definitely used a quicker shot there, but Jeff Petrie bearing down on Mr. Alex Chiasson. That caused the play, and that's fine. You know what? Could have been worse. Could have been better. At the end of the day, just is what it is, and we'll make do with it, and we'll move on, hopefully, to a better horizon at some point in this game when we get some actual sustained zone time, because this game not starting off the way we'd like it to at all, but like I said, due for a little bit of a letdown after the way we've played, Montreal being the team they are, and us being the team we've been. It just sets up for that struggle. Montreal has 4 shots, the Oilers 1 hit. The Oilers have lost 5 of 7 faceoffs. Giveaways are 2-2, takeaways 2-2. We have 2 block shots, so it could be worse for Montreal at this point. So, yeah, not a great start by any means, but yeah, you know what? Panic? Not at all. Just got to get our legs going. Like, you know what we've done against Boston, what we've done against Toronto is move our feet. And like that Alex Chiasson penalty that was so stupid, you just move your feet. Don't worry about holding them up. Don't worry about tying them up. Just beat them there. Just get there first. And that's what it comes down to for Alex Chiasson not to take that penalty, is don't just move your feet and don't be stupid. And Smith is playing good. Yeah, Smith's been all right so far. Like, you know what? This is what we want to see, right? You want to have a goaltender keep you in it? Well, that's what the goaltender's been doing so far. Florida 2-1 on Vancouver. What's that one going to be? 8-6 tonight? My goodness, if it is. Here we go. Oilers. Connor McDavid. Look at this. Bang, bang. Oof. Morgan Riley in the dust. Roof job glove side on Michael Hutchinson. And that's a good night. Goodbye. Connor McDavid scoring a pretty goal. You'd like to see him do it now. Nicholas, how does it look so far? Pretty not good. Like, slow start. No shots on net through almost 7 minutes. The Montreal Canadiens had a power play because Alex Chiasson took a stupid penalty and couldn't get anything really done with it. Might have gotten a shot or two, but again, neither team really looking that stellar to begin it. Mike Smith about the best player for the Oilers, and other than that, she's been a pretty lackluster start, as the Oilers can't seem to get a puck on a tape other than onto the opponent's tape. And yeah, you know what? It's just slow and steady wins the race, and let's not panic about it, as Montreal really can't do much either. And it's a hard game to get into. That's the other side. This game really not that active, that exciting. Montreal has 5 shots through 7 minutes. The Oilers none. Like I said, we've been doing a better job shooting the puck lately, and we need to get that going. So you're saying good job, Nurse. Well, hopefully Nurse does something good here. Oh, getting back defensively. That's what you're talking about. Look at that. Not taking a penalty. Letting the man just go right underneath him. Suzuki trying to get it going. And that's going to be offside at the line. So that's good. Darnell Nurse getting it going. And like I said, that's probably the most exciting thing that's happened in the hockey game so far, is Darnell Nurse making a defensive play. Just going to be honest. She's been a slow start, so we'll battle through. Like I said, this one a little bit of a setup for a letdown, but we've got points in the last 4. Naysayers of this team would say this is what you should expect, and I sometimes wonder what it takes to motivate you guys. Both teams are a bit lackluster so far. Yeah, like I don't know why you wouldn't be up and out to get the job done so far, but for the Oilers, they've been on the road now for pretty much all of the new year. They've been away from home for 9 straight days. That I can understand, and they're away from home still for another several days. But at the same rate, Montreal's a struggling team. Like, you should smell blood in the water and be pouncing on that, shouldn't you? That's kind of what my frustration through the first 8 minutes of this hockey game is. You should be smelling the blood on the water. That one takes a weird hop off the boards. Mike Smith covers it up. We're good. 6 shots on net for the Montreal Canadiens. 12:22 to go. Boring? Is that the word you would use? I think that's the word that you'd have to use so far to begin this one for the Oilers. But it just is. It just is what it's going to be. And Minecraft, you're hoping the Habs win. Well, I'm hoping my Oilers win. We'll find out which is which right away here in about 2.5 hours from now, as Mike Smith again in the crease covers that puck. That's one thing I've liked out of Smith this past 4-game stretch, is when that puck's come in the crease, he's been covering it with the glove, holding the play, playing it steady, not being dumb. When he can play it and play it dumb, he does. but he hasn't been like making those stupid mistakes. I mean, like I said, we're bound to have one happen soon with the puck handling. We had one stupid positioning mistake against Toronto. Thankfully, it didn't bite us. As here's Draisaitl cutting up the middle again on the tape of the opponent kind of deal. Draisaitl back to the point. Ooh, we're setting up an attack. Tipped over top of Mr. Price. And Headhunters, I think we're getting somewhere, because if you're saying power play, you look at what Draisaitl and Yamamoto just did there. They moved their feet. And you want to talk about what that means is if we're getting a power play, we're getting a power play. And Jim Rat, we're lucky Smith's playing well so far. Like, we haven't really had a bad defensive breakdown, but like you see here, an Oilers PP because we're moving our feet. And again, it's that second line getting it going. With the Oilers putting points in the bank, my only complaint is the home jersey. Well, like I'm saying, we should definitely have kept that orange 16-17 alternate. That was where it was at. My friends, that was good. If we would have kept the orange 16-17, updated it a bit to the Adidas stuff, to what would you say, to change it over to the Adidas brand, and then have the blue as the alternate, and then have the white as the away. Oh, goodness, we're good. But unfortunately, we didn't do that, and it is what it is. And Manveer, I got no complaints. I got absolutely no complaints about my man John. I got all the respect in the world for my man John. My man John definitely gets the job done on his channel. That's for sure. You guys see, you get the rewards for it, right? And holding for Jeff Petrie, a minute 51 to go. One shot for the Oilers so far this game. Let me tell you, that's my frustration. Lehkonen with a takeaway on Connor McDavid. Lazy through the middle. Like, the only person I've seen move his feet so far this hockey game has been Draisaitl. Let me tell you, it's just been brutal. But Teeth 23rd is the Montreal Canadiens power play, 7-7-7. Lucky sevens on the board for the Montreal Canadiens. Penalty kill being one of the worst in the league. And right now we're making the Oilers power play look totally incompetent. Luckily, Mike Smith's able to come out and handle a puck and get us going. 10:54 to go up the boards, and there's a nice play to Connor McDavid. Come on, buddy, get it going. There's the play to Nuge. He puts it wide, and then we put it absolutely to nobody. So what was that pass by Suzuki? What was that pass by Connor McDavid? We're just trying to force it. We're trying to get too much going at once. Just set up, shoot the puck, drive the net, crash the net. We're good. That's all we have to do. And again, the Oilers power play out there for an extended shift, costing us minutes. 4 other guys. Alex Chiasson on the ice now, so hopefully something happening here. Connor McDavid, guys, if he would, when he's looking to pass, do what he did against Morgan Rielly a little bit more and just sneak that shot on goal from that angle, you betcha that's going to go in a couple of times this year, as we're just moving that puck a little bit too slow. And 25 seconds to go on the power play. We got to cash in here. There's a shot by Draisaitl, turned away by Price. 2 shots by Draisaitl. Thankfully, Draisaitl's moving his feet tonight. I'd hate to see Draisaitl being lazy in this game. Let me tell you, he'd be ripped apart by the media for sure. As there we go. We're at least keeping this puck in. And let's get this shot on net there, Draisaitl. Somebody get this shot. Nuge, take that shot. Come on. Like, what's the hesitation to take the shot? Draisaitl now has 4 shots this game, I'm pretty sure. That's frustrating. As that's, again, I mean, that was a frustrating power play for the Canadiens. Let me tell you, that was a frustrating power play, the next one for the Oilers. And the 16-17 alternate was gorgeous. It was a modern take on the WHA beauty. Absolutely. It was prime. That's my all-time favorite Oilers jersey. Prior to that, it was the McFarlane Spawn, whatever you want to call it. I can't remember the technical term for the oil bullet jersey, but that was my all-time favorite, obviously, because of the 05-06 jersey or season. And then you think about, think about it, right? 16-17, why is that so legendary? Because it was in the playoffs. That's why. It was history, right? And I'm an Oilers fan, but starting next game, I would like to see Kovalchuk do well. Yeah, absolutely. You know what? We're done playing Montreal, so Kovalchuk, as long as he starts doing well, as long as Montreal has games against Vancouver, Anaheim, LA, San Jose, Vegas, Arizona, let him light it up. Let's go, baby. Let him light it up, because that would serve very, very well, especially now that we have our second line fix in Kailer Yamamoto as it sits right now. Now, is Yamamoto long-term fix? I don't know. Who knows, especially with rookies, but right now, we got what's working, and that second line is clicking, clicking, clicking. That is for sure. We got bonus entries for Save On Foods, Western Family Steakhouse Burgers. Burger sounds good, but beef barley soup smells even better. Now, right about now is a good time to take a drink of water before I forget and beat my voice to death again tonight. Oh, that's good. That's good. So what do we got? Let's go check the stat sheet quickly here because this has been not really one to write home about. Face-offs pretty much dead even, 7-6 edge for the Canadiens. You've got 2 penalties in the game, 1 to each team. Not really much happening so far. I mean, Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl's ice time is going to look a little bit inflated because of that power play. You look at where they're sitting right now. Connor McDavid at 4 minutes, 19 seconds. So technically speaking, actually after that power play, Nuge has played 40 seconds more than McDavid. So you don't mind seeing that. Having McDavid well rested for that third period is always a nice treat. Bear, Sheehan, talking about this face-off. Let's go get it done, boys. Let's get it done. Get a goal. Put one in the back of the net. Greasy it is, as Greasy does, and hope for something good. As that is some puck-holding technique if I've ever seen some right there. There it is. Yeah, that's possibly the case, Tim. That may be very much so the case. I don't know what I've got here in the stream right now. I'm not too focused on that because I'm focused on the Oilers now having been credited with 4 shots, Montreal with 8, and the Oilers not being able to get it out of the zone here. Nice breakout there. That's a nice play to Nurse. And that's one thing that the Oilers might like to do a little bit more as the season progresses, is the fact of making that breakout with Nurse if you've got Bear to shut it down defensively. Because now you're not talking about Bear being a raw rookie. You're talking about Bear playing half an NHL season. So you got to be talking about him doing something a little bit more special. Nice play by Nygaard, wrapping that one around. You like to see it. Like I said, guys, the key for this Oilers team is guys moving their feet. Just hustle, move your feet, show a little bit of heart, get the job done. And that's key. That's what's been key against Boston, Toronto, and not so far against Montreal. This Oilers team moves their feet. We are dangerous. Absolutely 100% we are dangerous. It's right through the middle. It's Gaetan Oz, but shot deflected. And sorry if I've got a lack of energy. I mean, I had a terrible sleep last night. I'm going to count that first off. But when this game's giving you nothing to talk about, she's a tough go to get excited for. So pardon me right there. You give me a goal or two by the Oilers and we'll start talking some energy. We'll start talking some hype. And look at this play by Nygaard. That's the start of something good, hopefully, as that's a nice wrap around and just misses that outside post. But Nygaard, you like to see him. He's most effective when he moves his feet. Draws penalties, gets on net, gets up the ice. That's what you like to see. 0 goals in the last 12 games for Nygaard. But again, I think there was something in the Athletic about Dave Tippett sticking by his men and just kind of saying, hey, keep it going, keep working, you'll get rewarded. And you've seen it with Sheehan, you've seen it with Archibald, you've seen it to a degree with Haas. It's been nice to see those guys get rewarded, and that's what it's all about. Goal Montreal, that's not what you want to see. That's not what I wanted to see in the chat, but you see this turnover there by Haas. Russell can't get it out. You can't get it out by Jones. It's up the ice and turned over there. And Petrie's going to get it going. How far behind am I on you guys? As that's going to be shot. And, ooh. Rewind that, Mr. Replay Machine. Because, hold on. Philip Deneau getting that one off of Mike Smith. I don't know. I don't know if that's bad rebound control or bad awareness by the D pair. They were in front of their guys, and then Deneau gets around him to get that goal. You look at Dave Tippett looking at it. And apparently Jujhar Khaira's at the bench on this play. Let's look at this. Watch this. Bang and bang. I don't know. Yes, it's a terrible rebound, but watch Chris Russell on this. Chris Russell completely gets turned around and beat. That's a tough part. I don't want to start crapping on Russell again, but that's just one little bit, and apparently Jujhar Khaira was at the bench as well. So a couple of things to blame all around there. And yes, absolutely. You know what? You need to have Smith have that one, especially when your team's starting slow. Smith has to have that one. Then again, Smith's had a lot of them early on in games so far against Boston and Toronto, so we can give him one. As I said, the ex-Oiler curse. Jeff Petrie gets an assist. He gets a point. that just seems to be the way she goes. It's going to be an icing against Montreal, and here's where we got a capital. No, not an icing? Icing? But yeah, they're talking about it right now. Montreal is going to be motivated for this one. I wouldn't say highly motivated. They haven't been that great, but that's and again, Smith sprawling out like that. Smith sprawling out like I don't get it, but that one's not on Jones. That's more on Chris Russell. That's you had a deep pair. Jones took his man into the corner. Chris Russell got completely turned around, Chief. That's what I'd be saying is you can't have Chris Russell getting turned around like that. Exactly. And yeah, that's the other side too, is Jujhar Khaira sitting at the bench on that one. That could be part of it. And you know what? Let's just shake it off. Bad goal. It's one goal. As I said, with this Oilers team, one goal doesn't sink us. We've got the McDavid-Draisaitl factor. If even 2 goals sinks this Oilers team, we are doing something wrong offensively. That's the thing. If you lose 2-1, 2-0, this Oilers team did something wrong. At the end of the day, is we didn't get the offensive effort we should be having. So that's where I'll go with that, just to kind of chill it down. And let's see what Connor McDavid can do. He's battling his man, but here's James Neal battling his man too. Darnell Nurse getting on that puck across to Zach Kassian. Up the ice we come there. His top line really hasn't been that impactful. They haven't been banging and crashing, and that's one thing that really contributed to the success early in Toronto is that Zach Kassian and James Neal both had big hits. And making it happen, that's for sure. Here we go. Zach Kassian in to Connor McDavid. Big save there by Mr. Carey Price. And we'll have a freeze, we'll have a break, and it's a goal for the Montreal Canadiens as Philip Deneau, well, he's celebrating. Don't know how much you're celebrating that one, but it is what it is. Just quickly check something here. Get that there. And there we go. People starting to get home from work, school, whatever. 20 people at once in the chat. That's good to see. And Tatar and Petrie now has 20 assists. Guys, if anyone wants to be complaining about Oilers giving away a guy, I think Jeff Petrie's got to be right up there on that top of the list, honestly. Because that one's tough. That one's tough to see him have 20 assists, which would rank him right up there with our team. Yeah, like I said, not the start I had envisioned, that's for sure. But this Oilers team, just get your feet moving, get it going. Tampa over Arizona, there we go, guys. That's the result. How do I say this? If we're going to lose tonight, everybody in the Pacific has to lose. That's kind of the key. Is we need to keep it, it's not that we need to have it factoring that we have to hope for other teams to lose, but how do I say this? If we win, we don't have to hope for other teams to lose. If we lose, we have to hope for other teams to lose. That's how it should be worded. It's because we need good things to happen, and if we're going to have bad things happen to us, bad things have to happen to everybody else. And I know what people are starting to point out is that the Pacific Division is one of the worst divisions in hockey. I would say, technically speaking, maybe on the point spread, but at the same rate, I'd be looking at it this way, that it's been a competitive division. Everybody's gotten hot at different times. Everybody's cooled down at different times. Teams have rushed this, rushed that at different times. So there is, to a degree, a little bit of a science going on here about how this team, the Oilers, operates within the division and how the division operates within itself in the NHL. So Draisaitl's going to get waved out of the face-off dot there. That sucks. You really need him to have those face-offs. But that gets Nugent Hopkins in there, who's going to win that over to Yamamoto. Yamo just a little bit too late to the punch to get that away from Montreal. And it's back the other way for Domi, who's offside. They're going to call that offside. All right. You like to see that as well. That's going to get us a quick face-off. 10-5 the shots. I imagine how this one's going to go, if the Oilers want to have a hope of winning this one, is similar to how it went against Toronto, in terms of Toronto pushing back in that second period. Toronto might not have had the first period they wanted to have against the Oilers, and then, well, you know what? The Oilers sure shoved them back a little bit, but Toronto pushed back and got back into that game, and I think that's what the Oilers are due to do, either at the end of this first period or at the end, middle part of the second period, is get back into this game without letting it get too far out of control. Doing a lot of justifying right now. I don't like doing that, not after being 4 straight games with points, but it is due for a little bit of a setback, and that's just at the end of the day what it comes down to in this game right now is Chris Russell. Maybe the D-man you can blame most for this lead leaking away a little bit right now, but we'll not worry about it. And hopefully there's Caleb Jones out there, Joachim Nygard on the ice, Josh Archibald, but it's offside again. So that's been the other side too, is this game really hasn't had any wide open stretches where it's just been right on, let's go. And they're talking right now about the Montreal Canadiens sticks. You just see them tying everything up in the neutral zone, 5 men back kind of formation. Lehkonen taking it there on the penalty kill, and tough. It really is tough because you watch the Oilers have 3-4 straight great efforts, right? Talk about what you will that third period against New York, but you let these Oilers start getting hot, and then you have something like this going. It kind of gets tough, right? Jordan, welcome in. Welcome to the chat. Winnipeg and Boston is 1-1. That's all right. Really, Winnipeg's kind of that team I don't want to cheer for given the playoff math this year, but let's get it going. Quincy, welcome in. Montreal so far going up 1-0 on the Oilers. It's been a good start for them. Verexel, welcome in. Here we go. Now we're starting to see some more names in the chat and looking to get on a 5-game point streak. Well, right now down a goal. We need to chase back into this one. But like I said, it was not a recipe for success against Boston scoring the first goal because we came back, scored 4 straight. And that's what we could look to do against Montreal because I think it was 1-0 after the first period in Boston, and then we roared back. So maybe a little bit of a recipe there, and who really knows. Boston also was kind of slumping. They've gotten points in a lot of games though, but they had 4 wins in 15 games or something at the point that we beat them. And here we go. Guys are starting to move their feet, but again, Montreal doing a very good job moving their feet and getting sticks in the lane. And Cody, we need this win, absolutely. Here we go, Zach Kassian with a turnover. Let's get an attack going. What's my score prediction? I'd like a 3-1 or 4-1 win, kind of similar to that Boston game. Actually, that Boston game repeat would be very, very nice against the Canadiens tonight. And let's get going. What else do we got? And Verexel, welcome in, by the way. This is a good chance here. James Neal going. There's a chance. Connor McDavid slotting it across. Ooh. Wow, that was a beauty of a feed by Connor McDavid. Guys, you know what? He makes that play against Morgan Rielly and scores the goal, but plays like that are just so underappreciated in Connor McDavid's game. The vision, the ability, that's tough. That's tough to not have a finish on a pass like that, that's for sure. And what's going on? You're in the chat as well. I didn't see the name pop up. Sorry, I thought that was Jordan that had tweeted that, but that's all right. Chatted that. What platform am I on? Anyways, Jordan, what do I think of Yamo so far? I'm loving Yamo so far. That needs to be a gimme play there by Haas to Larson to get that dumped in. And a little bit not moving our feet, not using our heads as much in this first period as maybe against Toronto and Boston, but it just is what it is. And Smith giving up big rebounds. Again, if you're going to blame that Smith fully on goal, or goal fully on Smith, you might also want to look at the Chris Russell play on the defensive side of things. That rebound a little bit less justifiable, just saying. And the Oilers do have 2 very good face-off guys, and Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl close to career years. They've not been bad, and face-off guys realistically are hard to come by as well. There's a chance, and nothing there. So the Oilers weather that storm. Minute 38 to go. Need to get onside. Kara's going to be offside. And yeah, so Tampa Bay up 2-0 on Arizona. Hopefully Tampa Bay just lights it up against Arizona and embarrasses Hall and Kessel. That'd be prime. Benson would have potted that. I don't know. Benson's not much of a pure goal scorer. That's the thing about Benson, is he's more of a assist man. And look at this. McDavid across. I don't know where that one missed. Hold on. Let me get an angle here. As this one's tough. As I don't know what they're trying to tuck it between the legs there. Yeah, no, Loyal. Sorry. The leg in my stream is what creates big problems for me is I see you talking about a big rebound. Obviously, the only big rebound I had seen to the point was the Smith goal. But then all of a sudden, as you mention it, bang, there's the rebound by Smith. So it is what it is. And this one looking shaky. But Smith, that's the thing. Smith's more of a throwback goalie. He's not really he's get in front of it and stop it instead of getting in front of it and freeze it kind of goalie. So goaltending's a weird part of the game in the NHL, that's for sure. As we just can't bite it. That's what I'd be saying. Just can't bite any real nice plays on net that create a good shot. That's the tough part. We can't create that good shot on net. Here we go. Draisaitl there. Yamamoto up the ice. We were losing to Montreal. Like I said, this was due for a letdown. This game was due for a letdown. They better come out with more. Well, they should. That's the thing. They should. This is, as I said, we've been away from home for 9 days now. It'll go on 12 days pretty much before we get home. And realistically, Montreal, here we go. A good chance here to finish the period. That's going to be in on net. Nice save by Mike Smith. Doing the old R1 stick down goaltending phase in NHL 20. If any of you have played the video game and played like that, that's a tough go. And 3-1 Florida over Vancouver. So things are going according to plan so far for us. Slow period, yeah. Yeah. That's for sure. Well, we'll come back in the third and win it. Well, I'd like to see us get the lead in the second. Kind of do it exactly the same way we did against Boston, and I'll be happy with this effort. As even, here's the thing. We had a terrible first period, and we're only down a goal. We had a terrible, absolutely. Curtin, if you want to call it brutal, sure. We had an ugly, brutal, terrible period. We're down 1-0. Let's think about this Oilers team last year if they played that period the way they did. If they played January 9th, this time last year, and played the period the exact same way they did just now, we'd be down 5-0. Don't agree? I'd say you need to go watch some tape because we'd be down 5-0. We're down 1-0. Now, yes, it's Montreal. It's the opponent. Yeah, sure. It's tough. But at the end of the day, we're down 1-0. Plenty of time. Again, that Boston period, maybe not the greatest period in the first period either. And we won that one 4-1, so we'll be good. Let's see, we're up to 21 people in chat, so we've been doing that all right tonight. That's good to see. Here we go, we're up to, what the heck's going on here? So far 177 people have come through the chat, and let's get to some stats here. 5 shots on net for the Oilers. That's the ugly stat. You want the ugly, brutal stat? That's the ugly stat. Felix, welcome in. You're saying go Habs go. You got a 1-0 lead right now. That's nice for you. Philip Deneau gets the only goal of the period. Thomas Tatar, Jeff Petrie with the assists. Canadians have 14 shots on goal. The Oilers have 5. Hits are 6-4 for the Oilers. Face-offs are 13-10 for the Canadians. Penalties are 2 apiece. What the heck was that? Giveaways. Here you go. Here's the giveaway stats. 7 giveaways for the Oilers, 2 for the Canadians. 3 takeaways for the Canadians over the Oilers, 2. We have 4 block shots. Both teams 0 for 1 on the penalty kill or power play. And Jackal, better hope Edmonton ties it instead of being down 2-0. Absolutely. I don't think any of us are hoping we go down 2-0 going into that second period. Definitely not. And Habs are desperate right now. That's the other thing, right? They've lost 7 straight. The Habs are due for a reset at some point. And by reset's a win. And let's see, what do we got? And Thomas, slow starts always. You know what? We've actually started decently against Buffalo, against Toronto of late, obviously against New York. So we've been doing good. They've been doing good compared to how things were going earlier in the season, I'd say. And we kick it in gear, and this will be our game to win. Absolutely, guys. Here's the thing: if Montreal was so going to win this game, as I said, they'd be up 5-0 right now on this Oilers team, but they aren't. And yeah, very uninspired effort so far. But guys, we're down a goal. If we can sleepwalk through this period, be down a goal against a team that's lost 7 straight games, I think we're going to be good if we wake up in the second period. That's the thing. Is we wake up in the second period, Montreal a little bit caught off guard because we've been sleepwalking through the first period. Don't you worry about it. We're good. And Hawk, nice period for the boys. Absolutely. For the Habs to be up 1-0, it's good. But again, I think for the Oilers fans, look inward on yourself and it's pretty easy. And let's see. It's these type of games I expect a loss for the Oilers because they can never seem to win consistently. And Curtum, it's not the consistently thing. It's how would I say it? It's not consistency because we definitely have consistency in these type of games. If you look throughout this season, opponents that have been losing in a row, the Oilers are probably like terribly under 500 against them in the game that the Oilers face them. So there's consistency, 100% consistency there. So what you're saying is, I think you're saying the opposite of exactly what you mean, but exactly the same thing of what you mean, if you get where I'm saying. Is it's two halves of a different pie that equal the same pie. You know what I mean? It's like cutting 2 apple pies in half and putting 1/2 of each together. Does that make sense? I think it does. And Brett, they were just kidding out there. Well, let's hope they were. And that Neil tip could have really changed the tides in our favor. Exactly. Like, guys, we did have a couple of chances, but here's the thing. We didn't get the job done. And not a horrible period, only 1 goal against. Habs usually come out flying last week. They outshot Tampa 16-0 in over half period. That is true. That's a stat that did happen. I don't think Montreal can sustain that relentless the whole game. We'll get them in the second, like I said, right? Anyone who's saying we're sleepwalking through the first period, good. Let's sleepwalk. You know what? Save our energy. Why not? Save our energy and just absolutely crap pound them in that second period. We did it to Boston. Let's do it to Montreal. And do the old original 6 sweep in the Eastern Conference against some storied franchises. Let's look at some ice time here. Ethan Bear, 7 minutes 23 seconds. Draisaitl, 5:54. So think about these ice times. Connor McDavid, 6:51. Connor McDavid's on pace for 21 minutes tonight. That's not bad. Leon Draisaitl on pace for just about 18 minutes tonight. And then you've got Nugent Hopkins on pace for 19 minutes. Darnell Nurse on pace for a good chunk of ice time. You look at Yamamoto's played 350. That's because he wasn't on the power play. But things are looking good. Things are looking good in terms of how we can take this game into the next gear entering the second period, if you get that. 5-pass price would be nice, guys. 5-pass price anytime's nice. As just realized we beat Boston and Toronto, 2 best teams in the Atlantic Division. And think about that Boston game. We were down 1-0 after the first period. So that's where me just sitting here spitballing why not to panic. That's why I'm not worried about it. Montreal is a fragile team. Carey Price hasn't played well lately, and a goal or two, and Montreal could fold up. Seriously, I think a goal and Montreal could fold up because you just have that shift, right? Especially if McDavid or Draisaitl do a little bit magic. Kyler Yamamoto gets something greasy. You never know. And yeah, I don't know what Tippett does in the dressing room because it seems questionable. Okay, I gotta get some different water because the water does not taste back that great. I'll be right back, guys. Ah, good old small town water, boys, I tell ya. Terribly tasting, terribly tasting. Let's see, this game could be ours if the price is right. Ooh, Sam, that was bad. That was Gene Principe level bad. And Carey's price record not good against us? No, it's not. Guessing in this day and age, he's very careful about what he says. Probably. And I think Tipper's the kind of coach that lets players talk it out, then goes in there with the game plan. Well, you think about it, right? We've got James Neal, Mike Smith, McDavid, Draisaitl, Nugent Hopkins, Clefbaum, Nurse, Larson. Right? You've got guys that know how to get this done. And yeah, the Oilers' goal horn is definitely not the most incredible thing I've ever heard. I'll be honest there. So here we go. Watching some highlights. Tyler Myers throwing one on net and scoring. I think that's tipped by Besser. As Barkov gets in on one. Dadonov scores 3-1 for Florida. Oof. That's a big one. If Florida gets this one, that's a big one. As you watch the Pacific Division, if we win, that would put Vancouver still at 50. If Calgary loses, that keeps them at 51. Arizona, Vegas lose, that puts us at 53, and suddenly the top three teams are separated by a point or less. Oh, let me tell you, I'm hoping not to hear the goal horn for the Flames on Saturday. That would very suck. Very much so suck. Vancouver Canucks. Looking good. Pedersen, Besser. It's a pretty dynamic duo there in Vancouver, that's for sure. Yeah, Curtin. Vancouver being down is huge. So they're going to give the edge to the Canucks for the forward department. Defense, like, the only board specialist you can see here is given the Oilers special teams. And then Lizzie Golsong. Oh man, why can't I even remember that? Because thing is, in the 17 playoffs, I was live streaming like I do now, and I had the TV volume cranked all the way down so that it didn't interfere with the copyright and stuff. So yeah, that's 17 playoffs. I really wish I had better memories. I really, really do, because my memories are so fuzzy from then, and I don't know why. I was balls to the walls busy, I guess. Let's see, is Arizona playing tonight? All 8 Pacific Division teams are playing tonight. That's the scary part. All 8 of them are playing, so that kind of sucks. So they give defense and goaltending to the Flames. Makes sense. I don't know why you wouldn't give goaltending to the Canucks, but you look at it this way, 2-0 Tampa Bay over Arizona. That's to your point. Jackal and Thomas, you like the Rangers goal horn? Don't remember hearing it too much. Again, crank down because I can't listen to it. How about Vegas? Vegas, like I said, all 8 teams are in action. There's a nice goal by Ethan Bear. And then Connor McDavid. Yeah, you have to give the special teams edge to the Oilers. Because you know what? PK's been good. Defense on the PK's been great. And then obviously the offense on the power play has been great. So give them credit where credit is due. But realistically, look at the team that was expected to do something this year. It's the Calgary Flames. So it just is what it is. And yeah, Vegas at LA is an 8 p.m. start. So as I said, you need LA to pull off a big win there and then get something going. Here we go. For you guys, an ad quickly and see what we get up to. Okay, let me send out a tweet here. Go Habs go. There we go. And NHL Live. There we go. That should get some more people in here, guys. Tweet out there. And hopefully get something going. Sorry, that's awkward for me to sit there and type, but we're already up to 8 impressions on Twitter. That's good. And okay, let's not be standing Carolyn Cameron here, guys. Let's not be standing that. As here we go. Kyler and his brother. I forget Kyler's brother's name. And got a new phone, Oils Freak. That's awesome. That's awesome. New phones are always good. And LA won't win. We need LA to win. Keanu Yamamoto. That's his name. He's with McGill University this year. He's been alright. And, well, his brother, Kyler Yamamoto, doing it good. And an XS. Ooh, nice. Alright. You made a bad choice. No. Pretty much any phone on the market now is a bad choice. I'll tell you that. There we go, guys. Slow period. Gene Principe doing the intermission interview, so this could be good. And yeah, I remember watching those two brothers, the Yamamoto brothers, play in Edmonton. If you guys want to watch, actually, I often promote this when we start talking about Yamamoto, and I'll promote it now because here we go. YouTube, Kyler. Let me see if we've got it on Kyler Yamamoto here. There she be. There it is. That's what we're looking for. As let me go copy that and let me throw this in the chat for you. As there you go. That's an old watch Kyler score in junior. There you go. Watch Kyler Yamamoto score in Rexall back in junior. That's from back in the day, that's for sure. And yo, what's going on, buddy? What's going on? Welcome into the live stream. Is Yamamoto Japanese or something, or have an ancestor? I think, I don't know where Yamo's born. I think being in, if he is born on the west coast there, in the northwest coast of the United States, it's a good chance he has a Japanese ancestor or something, because I know from my history growing up in Cold Lake, I've known a couple people that their family history is from Japan, and that's where their family started, is in the Seattle area, which, of course, with Yamo being there, would make sense. And who do I see leaving the Oilers? Depends what the Oilers decide to do and what we're doing at what point, because right now I don't know. I don't know. I don't think we need to go out there and make any big changes. I'm gonna leave you at the. I'm gonna leave you hanging there, yo. I'm gonna leave you hanging. And Spokane, Washington is where Yamo is from. So there you go. Straight up, if he's from Spokane, Washington, let me tell you, that makes a lot of sense. It makes 100% sense that potentially his relatives from, or ancestors, whatever you want to call them, are from Japan at some point. Here we go. Mr. Mike Smith in net. And will Holland make a move? I absolutely think he will. You gotta make a move. Even if it is just trading a guy for a draft pick, honestly, we'll make a move at some point. I think a guy that may end up in a move, just based on how things are shaking out in the minors. I know, Sam, this may upset you a bit. I'm thinking Cooper Marody may be losing a spot day by day as this Oilers roster gets constructed. Because I just don't know where he's going to fit on this team, that's for sure. You know, thank you. I appreciate that. Guys, definitely. If you want to be like yo and hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, because, ladies and gentlemen, we are off and running in period number 2 of this hockey game. It's Connor McDavid, Philippe Dono, and there we go. Thoughts on Rasmus Anderson's contract? Bears comparable? I wouldn't be giving Bear 4.55 million AAV on a cap hit. That just doesn't make sense at this point. You got to get that bridge deal going for Ethan Bear. And Karen Jones are one of two of the odd man out. Well, if you're gonna odd man out Kara, I think you have to odd man out Gagne first. That's what I'd be saying there. All in all, I think the new GM is doing well in Edmonton. Absolutely. I think Holland's done a fantastic job to build this roster to be competitive, and that's exactly what we've been so far. And yeah, exactly. If you're paying Bear Anderson's contract, it's an overpay. Big overpay. And the reason they overpaid Anderson in Calgary as the Oilers get a shot, nope, it's going to be blocked. The reason they overpaid Anderson is because they're eating up 2 years of his free agent years, his UFA years, before he hits UFA. So that's what it is. That's what the issue is. And yeah, you know what? Like the thing is, you're going to have to make a decision. And I think the problem is, at the end of the day, Bear may make Nurse a casualty here. And plays 2 more minutes a game, better Corsi, better, more defensive stats, better plus minus, more points. Well, sit here and tell me everything. It's about, I think with if you're talking about Bear, sure, but it still doesn't make much sense. And how much cap space will we have before and after re-signing everyone? Well, it depends what we re-sign everyone to. That's the big thing. That was a nice chance there for Kyler Yamamoto on the feed from James Neal. I didn't even see that respond to the comment, but that's a nice feed. That's what Kyler Yamamoto does well. Get to the quiet areas, score those goals. Didn't score it there. 8 shots now for the Oilers to start this period. And Kyler Yamamoto getting it out. 9 shots now. 3 points in 4 games since called up from the AHL. That's nice to see. Let's get this going. As Adam Larson there, he battles his man Kovalchuk to the ground, and now you've got these guys coming back the other way. It's Kyler Yamamoto who gets shoved. It's nice to just stiff arm Kyler Yamamoto, I guess. And here we go, up the ice, and Adam Larson, not going to get that there. And Adam Larson going to go there, across to Chris Russell. And Nugent Hopkins again can't find his sticks over there. And you guys are saying Habs goal? Really? Really? I'm not seeing where the danger happens. Did we just give away this puck, or if it's Chris Russell giving away the puck again, I'm gonna be mad. 17:44 to go in this period as there's the rush, 3-on-2. Let me watch the replay. Let me watch that replay. That happened too quick. Like I said, if it was going to be Chris Russell, that's the thing. Look at it this way. Chris Russell on the ice for 2 goals against tonight. Now, you can talk about Caleb Jones being on the ice for 2 goals against as well. Just Barry Kotkaniemi scores a goal. Watch this one. So, it's up the ice. Played through the neutral. Perfect breakout for the Habs. Chris Russell beat and... Here's the thing. Where's the defenseman? Look who's back. It's Ryan Nugent-Hopkins who's back. Nuge is back. Jones is out of position. Yeah, that sucks. I think, like I said, I think Jones is the odd man out when Benning comes back. And that's 2 goals against that all around are questionable within 3 guys. But that one more on Jones. Yeah, that's tough. And like I said, I'm not going to sit here and get all defeatist about a loss to Montreal because I already knew what I was prepared for coming in, so it just is what it is. 4 guys back, but nobody really takes their man. Well, that's exactly. You had Caleb Jones crash, and you had Nugent Hopkins crash in the middle like a centerman should, but without Jones in position, I think it totally screwed everything there, but we'll be good. And let's see. Kotkaniemi is good. That's the other side, too, is Kotkaniemi's drafted as high as he was for a reason, so shouldn't worry too much. So what we do need to worry about is the Oilers have 4 shots this period. What is this going? That was brutal by Darnell Nurse and Ethan Bear. Now we're starting to get it going. So here we go. Mr. Jujar Kara down there. And Tatar. Nobody's going to get it going. You guys can panic again. Like I said, the only thing that happens when you guys panic in the chat is I usually shut it off because I just don't have time to watch that. Got to trade Jones or something. I wouldn't panic with a trade on Jones. I think the more we play him is helping his stock in a trade because we're getting to see what kind of player he is, where his defaults are, what he kind of does right at the NHL level. So For Jones, I'd like to see him here at least till the trade deadline when we know we can package him for something of a rental or whatever. Is anyone really surprised they're playing down to the level of the competition? That's what I said. Is it may be a different Oilers team, but you look at how it is. Buffalo's always a good show against Edmonton, so we knew they were going to show up and probably beat us because that's just the way it goes. It doesn't matter if they're struggling or not. It has nothing to do if they're struggling or not. They just show up against the Oilers every time. And you look at Boston. Nobody expected that, so it is what it is. And then you look at Toronto. That was unexpected, all to say the heck. So that's what it is. But then all of a sudden you have the Oilers show up against Montreal, which was an expected loss, and you get your expected loss, so it's good. No, exactly. He's in a weird spot this year, for sure, because next year gets awkward really quick, and you don't want to lose him on waivers. But that's the thing. If you can make him serviceable this year, you're good. If not, whatever. Here we go, Mr. Neil getting it going. Bareback the other way. I don't know why Hawk's saying oof. I'm confused. Here we go. Let's get this going. There we go. Let's turn this around. Kokaniemi 6 from Kulak and Lehkonen. This game is good. Thoughts on Suzuki? Well, I actually haven't watched too much of the Montreal Canadiens this year. I have not caught too many of their games, and I should probably do that, but I've not been watching the league as much as possible. And Daniel, welcome in. Nice play there by Smith. Look at this. Bang, Smith making the save. Yeah, I don't know what you guys are talking about Oilers goal in the chat. You're confusing me here. Don't get that going. We're still in the defensive zone here, and I think Loyal or somebody would have said something. That's shot blocked. Okay, let's just get into this game. Here's the thing. We've got 5 shots in this period, 5 minutes in, whereas we only had 5 shots all last period. So Oilers just need to get it going. Daniel, you're going for the Habs? Well, best of luck. You're up 2-0 right now against a good Oilers team. It is what it is. 17-10 the shots. Yeah, I don't know what to make of this one so far. Tampa Bay 3-0 over Edmonton. Man, Edmonton's doing good. Tim, I got you. Tampa Bay 3-0 over Arizona. And here we go. Over Vancouver. No, it's Florida. Florida's playing Vancouver. And if you're gonna start messing with the score, I'm gonna get you a big old timeout there because I don't have time for those kind of chats. 13:45 to go. Kalluri Yamamoto looking to break out. He gets it to dry settle, but again, just passes, missing the sticks here. You're losing it. It's all good. 13:35 to go. So are the Oilers. What the heck are we doing? There we go. Dealt with for 5 minutes. And yeah, guys, we'll deal with that way. Timeouts are a magical thing. There's a shot by Nygaard. There we go. I don't know why I turned off slow chat. Hold on. Let me get this back. Let me get over here. Settings. Live chat. See, the thing is, on the new side of YouTube, they don't make things easy for me. So 7 seconds between messages, save, and there we go. We're back to good. Slow chat is on again. I don't know why I turned it off in the first place. I think YouTube just does that. And let's get going. Just when you think you start to believe the Oilers are turning around, they start losing. Well, Mitch, again, like I said yesterday, it was a matter of we've turned it around, yes, but this is the game that traps us every time. We have a good game or two, good game or three, and then we play down to the level of the opponent. And that's why I'm not sitting here losing my mind. I'm just sitting here pretty much knowing what was going to happen, and I'm getting rewarded for it. So, sucks to know, and that's not me sitting here being defeatist about it either. It's just, you do have to build reality into the schedule. Flipperdo, welcome in. Need this win tonight. Calgary or Mini will get 2 points. Well, thing is, if Mini gets 2 points, it's beside the point because Calgary loses and we stay up as long as Vancouver loses, and it's all good. The Pacific's fully in action. As long as everybody loses, nothing changes. Oilers for me always have been my team since the 90s. There you go. Awesome, Daniel. And Miko is sick. Yes, Miko is sick. So Mikko dealing with the flu. The only worry about that is if you've got Mikko Koskinen dealing with the flu, what worries me with goaltenders and the flu is they end up losing pounds. And goaltenders, when they lose pounds in the crease during mid-season, start losing form real quick. And that's kind of the deal. Let's see. And Brett Kulak is from my local area. He was born in Stony Plain. Brett Kulak. Man, a Stony Plain, Alberta. My man, Stony Plain. I got a very good buddy in the broadcasting world from Stony Plain, Alberta, who you guys have seen on the channel before. Alright, Mr. Orange, get out of my way. Please, sit down, sit down. An oil goal. Ooh, this is what I like to hear. This is what I like. Oh, and I like seeing this line's out there, too. I like seeing this line out here, too. Get this going, man. I love Sheehan. Guys, ooh, are you telling me Sheehan Nygaard? Ooh, what? Alright, hold on. Chat's going too fast. I gotta watch the plays. Look at this line going to work, grinding away. Nygaard getting in there, and ooh, yeah, Nygaard with the pass to Sheehan, top shelf, and she's a beauty. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. There's our goal we need. 12th shot of the game. You get 7 shots in a period. You get a goal. Couldn't score on 5 last period. We scored on 7 this period. Mr. Sheehan gets the goal from Joakim Nygaard. Watch this. Just goes around the boards. And this is a hard-working 3rd line, 4th line goal. Nygaard battles it through. He gets it to Sheehan, who chips it top glove. And yes, sir, that's what we're talking about. Working with the bottom 6 to make him better. Nygaard makes a beauty pass, and that's what Nygaard does. He makes plays, and that gets us a 2-1 game. And now, all of a sudden, guys, is this game over? Not by a stretch. We have yet to get a goal, point, assist, anything out of Connor McDavid or Leon Draisaitl. Tell me, probably at about the 10-minute mark of the 3rd period, what this game's looking like, and we'll start talking. That's the nice part. Gaetan Alex Chiasson, Jujhar Khaira out there now, as they're trying to come back from scoring a goal. Smith's going to cover that puck again. Puck comes into the blue paint slowly. Smith covers it, slows down the game, gives us a chance. You like to see it. Wayne Deffer gets the goal win. He gets a $250 grocery card. Man, that would pay like 3 weeks of food for me. That would be deadly. And Sheehan has been so solid for us, guys. You know what? The points weren't there early. It was looking bad. It was looking ugly, but he's putting it together and he's starting to turn it on, especially the thing. The thing is, they are just starting to work it out. And you know what? Yeah, Sheehan and Archibald played fantastic together against the Canadiens last time out. That was noted, I believe, by, was that Bob Stauffer or Jack Michaels? That's the 5th goal of the season for Sheehan. Assist to Nygaard. I think there should be a secondary assist on that one. It wasn't touched when it came around the boards by the Canadiens. And what was saved by Smith, as there's a nice save by Smith, that's for sure. And we're going to get this going. And another save by Smith. You like to see it steady. You got to get it going. And can Alex Chiasson speak French since he's from Quebec? He has a very, very noticeable French accent. If you've ever listened to him in interviews. And that's the thing. There you go. Smith didn't get the first one, but Smitty gets the second one. And, well, that's the thing. We can talk about Bear having multiple giveaways, but everybody's just not been playing up to par this. Oh, man. Rubbed off that puck. That's rough. And then forces it up the boards. That play by Bear up the boards, I'm not going to blame Bear. That's just a systemic issue within the Oilers' defense, is trying to hope it off the boards out of the zone. I don't get it. And Sheehan will be a 20-pointer. I think Sheehan could easily be in the 25-plus range if he keeps the hot streak going. If current, you told 2015 you how the first 4.5 years of the McDavid era would go, would you be satisfied? Here's the thing. What would I tell him? What would I tell me in 2015? Would I tell me in 2015 that Connor McDavid's only going to make the playoffs once out of his first 4 years? Is that what I'm going to tell him? Or am I going to tell him how Peter Chiarelli signing Milan Lucic, trading Jordan Eberle, just absolutely taking away some of my favorite players for worse and worse things would cost us the chance at playoffs as it goes along? That's the question. That's the question. What would I tell him, the full story or only the face value stats? depends on that, I think. Completely depends on that. Change your setup, not facing the camera anymore. The reason I'm not facing the camera anymore is because I was straining my eyes to watch on the laptop, whereas I can actually route an HDMI cable out to my TV and watch on my TV, have the chat on the side of the screen, and live stream at the same time, so it makes much more sense to do it this way. And McDavid's has much more playoff success than Eichel, Marner, and Matthews. Go ask this question to Buffalo and Leafs fans. That's another true point, right? Yeah, that's the other side. Is you look at it that way. What I said the other, what was it? Was it the stream against Boston? I think it was the stream against Boston. It was the stream against Boston that I said, you look at it this way, is what is mediocrity? So for the Oilers, mediocrity has been not making the playoffs, just not getting the first round pick, but still getting the lottery pick. Whereas for the Leafs, mediocrity has been make the playoffs out in 7 games every time, right? That's been their reality in the McDavid-Matthews era. So, right, is no matter how you look at it, both teams still have to break through a ceiling. Sure, you get 7 playoff games. That's great. That's fantastic. All of us in oil country would be dying for that. But would we not be just as frustrated if every single year in 7 games Anaheim booted us? You get where I'm going? Right? It's everybody unnecessarily complicates things just for the sake of complication to make it seem worse than it is. Right? Leafs fans, guys, they haven't been past the first round since before the first lockout in 04-05. Just what it is, right? And the Oilers try and get Gallagher. I would absolutely take Gallagher from the Habs, no doubt about it. That's a nice shot by him, but it goes up and out of play. Play just rounds into form. This is a good game, guys. Picked up. People are moving their feet more. Josh Archibald dumped there. Look at this. Bang. And, ooh, tripped up. And I don't know what happened there, but Josh Archibald on the ice. Gotta get it going. Bang. Tries to take a hit. Tries to make a play. Can't get it going. Ooh, and then he gets rubbed out. That's incidental contact. That's almost interference. But here's the thing. The Oilers have 8 shots this period. That's good. That's good to see. 13 shots, 19 shots for the Canadiens. 9:52 to go in the second period. That just is what it is. Shot by Kotkaniemi, misses the net. Kulak picks it up there, pinching down low. And that's the other side too, is Montreal hasn't been quite as sharp as you'd expect a team desperate would be. That's a nice chase in by Gaetan Haas. He can't get there. You look at it that way. You know what? This period, turning around a little bit different for the Oilers. Break down a Marc-Andre Fleury trade for us? Absolutely not. I'm not talking about Fleury trade out of Vegas, because if you think Fleury is going to be traded from Vegas to the Oilers, that's current standings? Probably not, but maybe in the offseason we'll talk about it. Here we go. I wanted to just quickly check something. Dang, man. Awesome. Awesome. And let's go. 26. Awesome. There we go. We're up to 26 people through the live stream again. That's good. That's good. And bang, bang, and nothing there. Alright, like, I don't get this, why you would come to a stream just to do that. So, here we go. We'll do that. We'll do that. We're on the Service Credit Union chat. And there you go. That's all it comes to. Richard! What's going on? Holy goodness, this is a name. This is a name from long ago, guys. Fish 8019. Oh my goodness, now we're getting the names in here. Richard, long time no see, my man. How's it going? How's it going? Fellow Oilers fan, loud and proud on Twitter, many years ago, way back when, I don't even know if, holy crap, okay, this one's got me. Fish, how's it going? Last check, it was 2-0. Yes, it's 2-1 now. Richard yelling, yo, bam, me too, please. That is next level. That is next level. Breakdown and Brendan Gallagher trade for Excel. I've broken it down twice. Here we go. What do we got here? They've got the cameras going. Alex Chase on there. That's a nice jersey. Nice kid's jersey. And Richard, yeah, guys, like, yeah, way back when. And I've got a lot of money on McDavid scoring and another bet on McDavid getting an assist. Ooh. Here's the thing. I'm going to tell you, from my experience with the Oilers, I tell everybody this daily. Everyone's always trying to bet me on the Oilers, especially if they play the Flames or somebody's favorite team, is I say, if I'm going to bet on the Oilers, I'm going to bet for them to do the exact opposite of what I want them to do. So if I want the Oilers to win, I'm going to bet that they lose. If I want the Oilers to lose, I'm going to bet they win. That's my luck with them. Here we go. We're back to play here. Weber getting it going. Deneau there to Tatar. Tatar's going to shoot that. Whoop! Oh, here we go. Mike Smith getting flashy, and now he's trying to bring it back for the Oilers. All right, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. We're still down 2-1. That's a beauty of a play by Gallagher there to set it up. Bang, and there's the shot, tip, and multiple tips there. And then the Tatar shot. Look at that rip of the glove by Mike Smith. Woo! Beauty. And leads the league with a minty 69 points. That's nice. That is nice. Because I think that was, what was that? Was that Oilers Nation that posted the picture and nobody in the comments on Facebook got it? Everybody's like, he's on -2! And I'm like, oh my goodness, people just missed the entire point of the post. How they missed it that bad, I didn't get it. My luck with them is to not watch or wear my jersey. I see. Keep the chat on even when I'm not watching, usually watching. That's good. That's good, Lee. I appreciate that. Here we go. Yamamoto to Draisaitl. He's moving his legs. Let's get this going towards the net. Carey Price bats that one away. Draisaitl down to Nuge. Nuge battled off. Nuge, I don't think has had as great of a game as normal. I haven't seen him as much. And here we go. Bang, nothing there. Nick Suzuki coming up, 2-on-1. Adam Larson, 3-on-1. Mike Smith, the big saver, it missed. And it's going to come down the ice. Oh, man, look at Josh Archibald hustling for that puck. Mr. Carey Price has to come out and make that play. And Draisaitl comes down the ice with that bat in. And come on, boys. Come on. Just get some sustained zone time is the key here. Because we've had some zone time, but we need to get this going. And for Excel, how will Copa affect my channel? I'm going to take my chances. I've got things correctly listed. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. I've got protection, hopefully, and we'll figure it out. Copa's just a whole ridiculous thing, actually, to me. But, the US runs the world, right? 2-1. Montreal over Edmonton. 21-14 the shots. That means Edmonton now has 9 shots this period if you haven't been keeping track. That's a huge one. That's a huge one for us to get that going. And everyone should vote for Hughes in last man voting. Van's got like 30K and they'll have to pay him some bonuses. Ooh. Up. Ooh, nice play by Ethan Bear. He's had some giveaways this game. But some nice plays to rebound that one. Him and Nurse have both had a nice play. That sets up McDavid on a rush. He's going to wheel it in for some zone time. Battle it into the corner. And we're not talking politics here. We don't talk politics in the chat. Hockey is escapism. As Bear gets it going. Good night to win. Yotes and Canucks down right now. Yeah, that's what I mean. Is we just got to go out there, win tonight. That means we don't have to hope everybody else loses. We win tonight, everybody else loses. That does us a big favor. Obviously, with that favors done by us and other teams. So I don't know. I'm getting nervous, right? When my hands get around my mouth, I'm getting nervous a bit, which I really shouldn't be. It's 2-1, but we just gotta get some sustained zone time, get some pucks on net, shoot the puck, get it going, and get gone a little bit more. Okay, guys. Any more politics? I'm gonna be shutting it down. All right. Anybody talking politics in the chat will be getting the 500-second timeout in a minute. Mark my words. Here we go. Let's get this going. Up the ice for the Montreal Canadiens. They're on the attack. It's a big save by Mike Smith. And that's going to get it going. And I don't see why you shouldn't do an NHL GM series. Guys, seriously, the video game dream. Loving it. Done a couple this year. 25. So where have we peaked? We've peaked around 27 people have been by the chat a couple of times. Guys, if you're in the stream right now, I gotta tell you, hit that like button. Because let me tell you, we're up to 13 likes and magically we're up to 27 people. So if you hit that like button a little bit more, that should get some more people in the chat and get things going a little bit more for us. Oilers Now with Bob Stauffer. And Jalen Nye, Reed Wilkins, Inside Sports. Man, 6:30 Ched has a power lineup nowadays. And here we go. Tracy Morgan, Howie Mandel, Clairvoyance at the River Creek Casino. Alright. Interesting go. Never actually been there. They have a lot of good shows there though. And Howie Mandel. Hold on a sec. That hurts. There we go. That should be better. Hopefully. And that's exactly best to avoid them when you've got an audience. That's the key here. And all of a sudden I'm frozen. So guys, hold on a second. We're gonna go through this momentarily leg spikes the rest of the game, I'm sure. That just seems to be the way it went last game against Toronto. Kind of killed the momentum there for a little while. I got nothing as they've got that. I'm not live. Let me get this live. We're good. Was 99 overall, so was drive ammo and decent. Moving around things, moving the line of combinations. And that's exactly, no point to talk politics when we're a hockey channel. And oh my goodness, Mr. Clem Hawks, who talks about the Minnesota Twins, or used to, in there. Hello, Clem. I meant to message you today, but then I got distracted doing Popeyes. Distracted to eating the Popeyes. And then all of a sudden I had to go because my driver was back. As Mr. Drysaddle's in the go, he's going to win that face-off. Up the boards, and Nuge is going to get it down the ice. 22 shots for Montreal, 14 for the Oilers. I'd like to see that finish closer to 17 for this period for the Oilers if we could. Get 12, 13 shots on net this period. That'd be minto. As Clem, your Minnesota Wild are playing the Calgary Flames, I don't know, in about half an hour's time. Just about 10-15 kilometers from my house. And big save there. And in hockey news, Shane Gostisbehere, look at me looking like a rookie, out 3 weeks with a knee injury. Yeah, Gostisbehere's out. And of course, Logan Couture of the San Jose Sharks is also out for some extended time. Nice play by Clefbaum to pick up that puck down to his D partner Larson. It's going to move to the point. That's going to be clapped on net. But Yamamoto can't get the tip. If Yamo got a stick on that, guys, that would have gone in. And who is Thrash94 Gaming? Thrash94 Gaming is my good buddy out of Ontario who loves wrecking up the old hut. He's a hut monster in NHL. And Arizona and Canucks are getting schooled at the moment. You'll like to see that. That does us a big favor. Minnesota, as much as I don't want them to win, has to win. And then it's tough. And I don't know, Clem, should you? I don't know. That's up to you. That's up to you, buddy. Here you go, Riley Sheehan in there battling against Victor Mede. It's going to be Joachim Nygard, the assist man, getting that puck. And Verexel, absolutely, guys. So that's one thing. I never want anyone to think that I don't want you to start an Oilers Talk channel, because what I'll tell you is the more conversation there is out there, the better off we all are. Because that creates competition, and that creates much better quality of video, much better topics. That's the other thing too, is I may cover only what I want to cover, whereas somebody else might cover something else and say something else. And if the Lucic never happened, the Oilers would be several games below 500. I don't know, because if the Lucic trade never happened to Calgary, it may have happened elsewhere. You know what I mean? That's probably whoa, Carey Price, what are you doing? There was the offer on the table for Louis Eriksson. You never know if we could have went and done something with David Backes out of Boston. You just never know, right? Let's get the Oilers on the trending list. That's exactly. That's what it does. Is it generates more buzz about the topic that is the Edmonton Oilers. And Ethan Bear is going to go get this puck. She's kind of slowed down. All of a sudden, this last 5 minutes has slowed down. Lekkonen's battling off because it's an icing. And the Oilers get this going. Uh, what is the Oilers record and what is the Wild record? Well, I'll tell you. Tell you what that wild card race is squaring up to be. Let's go over to the NHL standings. And you go to the wild card. This is where it gets fun for a second. Wild card, Minnesota is 5 points out of a playoff spot with 46 points. And Edmonton is at 51 points. So that's your numbers need to know. Is Ethan Bear there to get that puck? Now it's not an icing this time. Darnell Nurse is going to go up the boards. James Neal not going to be able to find that one. It's going to be off for an icing as well. That's it. Anyone remember that Oilers and Habs game during the Super Bowl last year that went to overtime? Possibly. Possibly. I want to say yes. But I did miss quite a few last year. That's what upset me. I did very well last year, but I missed so much. I missed so much because I was always working. I had terrible internet, or I just didn't feel like trying. And let me tell you, you need to put the hours in if you want to get anywhere. And that's what I've learned this year so far. Is December's a lean month for Oilers coverage on YouTube. How many games left? About 37. 37 games left. Both teams have played 45 about there. Breakdown of Chris Russell trade. Well, I think it's tough. I try to verify something based on if I've heard a trade rumor or anything, but nothing that I know of for Chris Russell yet. And I don't know if Chris Russell's the guy that gets targeted in trade. Like we said, maybe it's Caleb Jones's time right now, which that's unfortunate because Ethan Bear not expected to do what he did, but he complicated matters and it just is what it is. I'm going to turn this one up ice sometime, some point, some go. There we go. Alex Chiasson. Gaetan. Alex Chiasson. Throw that on net. Blocked. Blocked right there. And now all of a sudden Montreal's blocking it, but that means we're shooting it. Race between Calgary, Edmonton Canucks. There's a breakaway for Montreal. Off the post. Whoop! Woo! What? Okay. Alright. Let's go score. Clefbaum's going to shoot that one, and now we can't get it on net. That would have been a nice greasy rebound. As Draisaitl's going to cycle that up to Mr. Adam Larson. He's going to fire that one down into the corner, and that's going to go past Carey Price. Carey Price does not look good. The Oilers were just going off for a line change there. And there are so many 3-on-1s. I don't know. The Habs are attacking in waves. I don't know what's going on here. And how much does Durst deserve if he resigns? Like I said, anything less than 5 is good. And breakaways. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Watch this one right here. Seeds through both defensemen. Caught going. And that hits the post. That's the thing. Yeah, exactly. Is we were due for a letdown against Montreal. I said that off the top, so it just is what it is. And I don't know if the D is pinching just too much, or we just aren't taking the calculated risks, or I don't know. It's been a tough one to watch because I mean, you know what? We were spoiled. We were spoiled because we had such a good goal already. Rexel, you got your logo already? There you go. Gotta get this around the board, and we just need to see some extended zone time, sustained zone time, whatever you want to call it. Get it going, and we're starting to see it here as Darnell Nurse is going to flick that one on net. Carey Price makes the pop fly glove save, and 39 seconds to go in this second period. My goodness. This one's draining, I'll tell you that much. This one's draining. Saturday, Vancouver against Buffalo at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's an early one. Let's get this going. Bang. Back that way. What do we got going on? We've got 192.90. Alright, that's alright. Is Joachim Nygaard's going to get this going? Yeah, I got no reason not to do the third tonight. As that was almost a goal of the third line again. You're allergic to cats. Well, Clem, I tell you, Mr. Orange is a good cat. I'm allergic to him too. How's Darnell Nurse getting it going? David has a lot of work to do in the face-offs. Yeah, that's one weak part about McDavid's game, but that's the benefit of having him and Draisaitl on the same line, is you can situationally match them up to win face-offs, which Dave Tippett's done an excellent job of this year. 5 seconds to go, down a goal. Is what it is. Is what it is. I'm just going to quickly check Twitter, see how many people have jumped off the edge already tonight on this Oilers game. And let's see. What do we got? Carter Hart. Nothing there, nothing there. Sheehan came to snipe. Yep, absolutely. That's from the Oilers. Let's just see if there's any reaction. I'm not seeing anything else. Not seeing anything else. Depth scoring continues. Some well needed depth scoring. There you go. 18K people watching Dinosaur game for 1 year. Such a bad stream. I don't even know what that is. I've seen it, but I haven't clicked on it. Is price still worth 10 million? I would not say price is still worth 10 million. Absolutely not. That I would not gamble on. Let's go see where we sit after that period. Scoreboard. There it is. Oilers versus Canadiens. Let's take a look. After 2 periods, Oilers have 16 shots, 24 shots for the Canadiens. Philip Deneau opened the scoring in that first period, then Jesperi Kotkaniemi gets the job done. But that's not who we're worried about. We're worried about Riley Sheehan scoring that goal for the Oilers, assisted by Joakim Nygard, and now officially credited to Adam Larsson is the second assist, his 4th point of the year. Give him a 2nd straight game with points, and we're good to go. And Curtum, I wouldn't say they look invisible. We've had our chances, we just haven't sustained it. That's all I mean. And let's see. And glad Bobrovsky is not our goaltender, absolutely. And so cool, just found out I can cast this live stream to my Google Home. Lee, now that's alright. That's alright. That's a good go. Let's see. Let's get the stats, shall we? I was talking about those. 19-16 the hits for the Canadiens, 22-19 the faceoffs for the Oilers. You got 2 penalty minutes each, really nothing special there. Maybe the Oilers need a greasy power play in the 3rd period to begin it, just don't know. 9 giveaways for the Oilers, 7 for the Canadiens, 4 giveaway or takeaways for the Canadiens, 3 for the Oilers. It's really nothing to write home in either stat for the Oilers there. And 11 block shots, so we've been doing something good there. And then you look at it this way, Jeff Petrie, Alex Chase on both with their penalties. Nothing special. Let's go over to that box score because that's the question. The box score, Mike Smith, 917 save percentage. Carey Price, 938 so far. So you beat Price on the next shot. It goes down substantially. Josh Archibald's played 831. My goodness, I'm having difficulty talking now. Alex Chase on 804. Draisaitl 1306. Haas 538. Jones, he's been -2 and 746. And oh my goodness, here we go. We got Hot Take Hockey getting in there, guys. John's always spoiling me. I mean to do this at the every game. But what is going on, John? What's going on, my man? How's your stream going? Let me know. I've just been sitting here chilling doing the stats all of a sudden for this game. I was just about to get to the hot button topic on Dolynny TV. Guys, if you're coming in and you're talking Hot Take Hockey, well, maybe I'll enlighten you a little bit about the Oilers and what I do over here, yelling about Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl's ice time. That being, for Connor McDavid so far this game, 13 minutes 41 seconds. And then you've got Draisaitl at 13:06 as well. So nothing to worry about as well. Guys, welcome in. Definitely shout out to John for sending you over. Appreciate that, John. Appreciate that. And Oilers fans saying we lost? I wouldn't say we've lost. The Oilers down 2-1. I'll tell you guys, if you're coming in from John's stream, what I'm going to tell you here is in this stream we've kind of accepted the fact that this was going to be a letdown game for the Oilers. We were set up kind of for failure because that's the way it's gone this year. And we're not too worried about it because you know what? As long as we, as somebody said, win against teams like St. Louis and Colorado every time and only lose to Montreal once a year, we're going to be dandy, right? That's key. Again, that's justification going on, and that's what's going on. So what do we got, guys? We've got coming in from all the way here. Hot Take Hockey is right up to 35 people in the chat. Thank you so much, guys. Danny, thanks for subscribing. Blaze, welcome in. Alexander, welcome in. And then we've got Faded as well. We've got Watermelon Rooster. That's a pretty sick name. And Daniel, welcome in. Maple, welcome in. Nick, welcome in. Daniel, welcome in. And Anthony, what do we got going on? What are your predictions for the big trades during the NHL trade deadline coming up in 2020? I don't know. I haven't even gotten there yet. Honestly, haven't gotten to figuring out the trade deadline yet. And I mean, we're approaching it in less than a month and a half almost at this point, which is crazy. And let's see, evening HTH people, Tim doing the work of the people. And do I think Frederik Andersen is overrated? Definitely not. I think Freddie Andersen's the reason Tampa's so successful. That's for sure. And Hockey Channel to another wanted to share the love. Well, John, we're gonna have to set it up so as like you stream an like late game and I stream an early game or something one of these weeks, and we're gonna have to definitely do some feedback and forth for sure for that, as that's always best. That's honestly, guys, if you've been in the chat, what I like doing is I love sending people over to the Cold Lake Junior B Ice live streams when I'm done, right? If I peace out before their stream's over, I send you over there. We got to get that going to the hockey community here on YouTube at some point as well. And Maple Yoda. And then what do we got? All right, heading back. You guys head back on over to your stream. Thank you so much for coming on by. I appreciate you guys subscribing if you did. And I appreciate you guys just stopping by. And John, of course, sharing the love. Appreciate that, my man. Let's here we go. Would be nice to get on a win streak, though. But yeah, seems like we were good at letting teams on a losing streak get back in the W column. Absolutely. And I said, you think Freddie is underrated? He's on Toronto. Oh, Freddie Andersen is underrated. What am I talking about? Yeah, Freddie Andersen's underrated. Am I here to pay attention or am I here to do a job? I don't know. And heading back, everyone. But shout out, thank you so much, John. Appreciate it. And sorry, I'm a Habs fan, but respect to Oilers and all other teams. I'm really scared when McDavid and Draisaitl are both on the ice, no doubt. Colin, being that you face the Panthers one or two times a year during the season, who do you think is better, Barkov or Huberdeau? Oh man, Barkov all the way. Barkov's like a top 5 player in the game at this point. And Winslow, hockey community has grown. We're gonna make it something big someday. We absolutely will. You trust me in that. Let's get over back to what are they talking? Joakim Nygard. Look at him. He looks like a true hockey player. Like Joakim Nygard, if he was 20 years old, you'd swear he's playing Junior B. I'm sorry. That's what your prototypical Junior B hockey player looks like. Not to say anything bad about Joakim Nygard, but that's the way she looks. So let's get this going, guys. Quickly and quietly, double check something. If you're in the chat and you haven't done this already, hit that like button. That's the other side too, I'd like to tell you. And let's get playbacks. There we go. Good to go. All right, I'm gonna go grab another glass of pop. I'm a little bit thirsty, and we'll get back to this Oilers chat in just a second here, guys. All right. Back to it. What we got going on here? We've got, is Toronto going to have a cap to re-sign Freddie after this season? That is the question. That's a little bit more difficult. All right, thanks for sticking with me with that break. I was starving. Needed to crush back something. It was a rough go. So here we go. What's up with the Avs jersey? Second team. That is not an Avs jersey. That is not an Avs jersey. That is actually a New Jersey Devils jersey. If you follow the line, that's a New Jersey Devils jersey right there. And closest thing to Joe Pavelski or Jeremy Roenick or Mike Modano, I think Joe Pavelski would be it, isn't he? In terms of Americans like Jeremy Roenick and, unless I'm missing someone. I think I'm missing someone, but I think Joe Pavelski is the one. Yeah, it's definitely weird watching someone eat. I apologize for that, but I was starving. I was absolutely starving. UV, welcome in. And yeah, that's the Colorado Rockies, who were at one point coached by Don Cherry. I think they went on to become the Kansas City Scouts, who then became the New Jersey Devils. And there's your storyline. And Brendan Gallagher. Contract up at the end of the next season. Yeah, I've talked about that. That's not news. Not to anyone on Dolynny TV, anyway. No, guys, I hate making you watch me eat, but I'd just rather not be off camera all that time and have people wondering what's going on. And of the younger American forwards, I honestly don't even know who the younger American forwards are. Dolynny food reviews. Well, I'll tell you. The food review, that pepperoni from Carmen's, honey garlic, is fantastic. Is absolutely mint. And Matthews could be, yeah, you know what? I think Modano was just a little bit meaner, but if Matthews evolves, he could be one day, that's for sure. Yeah, Carmen's pepperoni, honey garlic. Oh, goodness, can't beat it. It's fantastic. Microwave it for 20 seconds. Microwave it for 20 seconds. That's the key. Just heat it up just enough. Ooh, it gets greasy. It gets tasty. Wow. Good. Gotta have some caffeine. Yeah, no, I'll might run over to Tim's later on tonight, but I don't think I have a reason to. I think I'm pretty good. Sit here and do the game review and then eat some beef barley soup a little bit later on. Here we go, 6:30 Ched. Based on a true story. Service Credit Union. Nashville 2-0 on Chicago. That's the big facts. That's what we want to see. We don't want to see Chicago do well. Oh, man. Brutal. Drinking that pop too fast. Alright. I'd like to get off this Service Credit Union ad and get back to Oilers hockey. Finish this one off. We're at 6:55, so if we could finish this before 8 o'clock, that'd be prime. And then get into the game review. Hopefully talk about an Oilers win. Then sit there and have a good time. Right? The game review, anytime we can talk about an Oilers win, it's always a good time, that's for sure. And have a good rest of the night. Don't drink coffee, but I'm sure I can find you something, yeah. I'm big into tea. And Daniel, you're back? You're coming back? What's going on? What's going on? As Ram 1500 Classic. Guys, if I ever get a truck, I'm getting a GMC Canyon. Can't change my mind on that. It ain't gonna happen. Let me see what we got going here. Bang, bang. And let me throw that up. Well, we'll come back and win in the third. Jason, that's the hope. That is the hope, my friend. Because if we could bite a comeback in the third period, we would be dandy. We would be rolling. We'd be great. That'd be massive for us. A comeback in the third period would go a long, long way. Ooh, as that goes a long, long way as well. That's awesome. And instead of somebody should take Manning, Russell, Gunny, and of course those three off our hands. Guess what? That's almost 9 million there. Nice trucks. Canyons? Oh yeah, GMC Canyons, especially the ones from back in the earlier days, the 05 days. I had an 05 Canyon as my first truck when I turned 17. Woo! Dang, that thing was beautiful. That was the best truck I've ever owned. The only truck I've ever owned, but the best vehicle I've ever owned too. I think it could go for miles. Here we go. Let's get back to Oilers hockey, shall we? As the Canadiens, the Oilers back on the ice. 16-24 the shots, so the Oilers got to come out and just light on the shots. Like about 16 more shots this period would make it worthwhile. Block shots 11-7 for the Oilers, so Habs have been shooting, but we've also had 7 shots blocked. And look at this. Last game, just the block shots differential was probably a bit different there. But look at that bang. Back of the net for Sheehan and Archibald. Tonight, Sheehan and Nygaard. That's your combination that scored the goal. Russell is most likely gone in the summer. He's too much at $4 million for a third liner, but he's also valuable in a trade. That's the thing. He's also valuable in a trade. There you go. And Ricky, you're saying the Canucks are losing 4-1. That's huge for the Oilers. As long as Arizona, Calgary, and let's say Vancouver lose, I'm happy. The Oilers lose and those three lose. Vegas is going to win the division. That's my bet. Odds on to win the division. As long as the Oilers are in 3rd or 4th spot, we're good. We're fine. We're dandy. But we need the other 3 teams to lose to have that happen. Because remember, the Flames were expected to do something dandy this year. They have not done that to this point, so we're good. Just pass the puck to him, go Oilers. I don't know if we ride McDavid or we try and ride this second line all the way there. Still got a chance. Arizona and Vancouver are getting destroyed. Exactly. That's the thing. So here we go. Let's get this going, boys. Mr. Yamamoto gets turned back, but all of a sudden we've got zone possession right out of the gate. There's a shot by Nurse and right lasered into the glove by Carey Price. Let me cough and let's get this going. Here we are. Nice play in by Kyler Yamamoto. Gets turned back though. And your bet is Detroit is going to pull a St. Louis. I think they're way, way too far out to be pulling a St. Louis. I think St. Louis was still fairly close within the range of playoffs, even though when they were last year, it was a different goal last year, that's for sure. There's a shot and stopped, and Carey Price turns that one away somehow. As that was just look behind you and hope it's not in the net. It's down to Draisaitl. This line is absolutely working it. And let's get this going, boys. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going around the boards. As there's a nice play by Yamamoto down to Draisaitl. There we go. Nothing there. 19-12 to go, but we got 2 shots. Let's go, boys. Kulak turned back. Bear pushed back. That's the one thing I don't like about Bear is he's not a brick wall on the blue line. If he was a brick wall on the blue line, he'd be good. Ooh, brutal. And here we go. It's going to be James Neal, McDavid, and them. And you're saying Oilers power play. Did I not already say something about greasing a power play early in the period? I hope I did. Here we go. Gallagher. Did I know? How far behind am I? How far behind am I? Oh, here we go. Is it a power play? Oh, it's a penalty on McDavid. Let's go. But James Neal, that's the problem. We get a penalty, and then all of a sudden, we give up on the play. Like, James Neal could have just wired that shot. Instead, he just shot it over top of the net. But look at that. That's what happens. You move your feet, you get power plays, and that was a beautiful play there. And they should put Yamo on the power play. I would absolutely take Yamo on the power play. I don't know why you don't have a set of hands like Yamo. Especially, yeah, I like Neal on the power play, don't get me wrong. But Yamo on the power play would free up Draisaitl, free up Nugent Hopkins to shoot the puck more. And you're kidding me if we don't want Nugent Hopkins and Draisaitl shooting the puck more. Hooking for Philip Deneau. That's good, the goal scorer going and going. And no more complaining about the hooking calls. No, they're getting them right this year. They're getting an alarming rate good. Let's get this going. 1:56 to go. Can't turn it over on the power play. We already did that once. And are you kidding me? Oh man, loyal. You know what? You get under my skin when you're talking about the Oilers losing, but now you're getting under my skin because the Oilers are scoring goals and you're beating me to the punch. Let's get back to the point. There we go. Cleft bomb across. It's going to be Connor McDavid. He's going to go to the bumper position, and where's it going to go? Where's the play here? Draisaitl, nice movement, nice movement, nice movement. How far behind am I? Draisaitl across, and oh, right there, bam, woo, woo, yeah, that's what we're talking about. I told you, we want Nuge shooting more, and we got Nuge shooting more. Yes, sir, baby, she's a goal. I like it. Nuge is huge. RNH, baby, that's right. That's what we like. RNH gets the goal. She's 2-2. And you like that power play movement. Connor McDavid gets an apple. And you look at this. Nice play there by Draisaitl. Back to the point. Across to McDavid. And, ooh, yep, Nuge, good goal. And look at this. Big pass by Dry. Big pass by McDavid. Draisaitl and McDavid both have points. Done and dusted. We ain't losing this one tonight. 17:44 to go. Mo, I know I'm 30 seconds behind and I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Gotta do it in the chat since Habs fans won't. As Nuge gets it done, ladies and gentlemen. Jason, you said the Oilers are going to win. That's what you gotta have is some faith. And Sheehan, if he could have gotten that across to Kazian, that would have been alright. I really like that they put Sheehan, Kazian, and whoever out there at the same time after the power play. That's always nice. You're 45 seconds behind one guy here, yeah. I imagine I am. Bang, that's it. Come on now, we got to get this going. 10th power play goal, or 10th goal on the power play for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. As finally, McDavid has 70 points. That's a good point. Everyone who jumped off can jump back on. That's right. That's right. Everybody who said we were losing this one, you can jump back on the bandwagon anytime. That's Tim's favorite observation is how much Oilers fans jump off the bandwagon. You got to love that. David with 70 points. Ladies and gentlemen, things are looking up. 20 shots. We've come out and shot the puck 4 times. Montreal doesn't even have a shot this period. That's what we like to see. That's what we love to see. What's with everybody in the blue suit and the blue shirts tonight? Like, that's just the theme of the Oilers tonight. I don't get what it is. Look at this. Just bang, and what movement. And what movement there. Like, Draisaitl, McDavid opening across seam passes and then going out. We're buzzing right now. Oh, man. Like I said, we start moving our feet, things start changing. Things start changing as soon as we start moving our feet. That's good to see. Is here we go back to the point. Oh, no, it's going to be Jujar taking the sharp angle and firing it off the crossbar or something. I was complaining about depth scoring. Now that it's picked up, no reason to complain. No doubt, eh? No reason. That's the thing with the Oilers. That's what frustrates me is we sit here and we beat our heads against the wall, and then something else gives, something goes, and something doesn't, and something. Oh my goodness, it's frustrating because you watch every other NHL team; they go through the same things we do at just different times of the year. But it's just because we're so hypercentric to ourselves. I don't know. Are we that high on ourselves? I don't know. Hopkins 19th from McDavid 46 and Draisaitl 43. Wow. 10th. 10th, Tim. Hopkins is 10th, I think. And Oilers tied it up. You betcha. Jackal jumped back on the bandwagon. We're winning this one, my friends. And Nuge for the All-Star game. Yes, Nuge for the All-Star game, my friends. Brett, welcome in. Welcome in, Brett. And X-Snipes, my buddy. How you feeling? I know X-Snipes sick, guys. X-Snipes got the flu. You gotta feel for the guy. He was grinding out those NHL rumor videos there for a while. And now gets the flu and starts dying, can't even talk. What the heck's that? Ain't that just some luck? As tonight's been one of those rare nights where we've had 3 moderators in the chat at one point. That doesn't happen often on Dolynny TV. Like I said, I do have the moderators. It's just people do have lives too. Oh, wow. James Neal just missed that one. James Neal just missed that one, and that would have been beautiful. Nice play there by McDavid. You gotta go back to Chase on. He's behind the net. What are you doing? Better man, call after. Sounds good, X. Sounds good. I gotta do my game review. Because I have a feeling it's going to be... hold on. 3-on-2 for the Canadiens. Might not be a good one. Oh, we're good. Using a new PC and the keyboard is weird. Oh, it's all good. All good. I took a lot of adapting to get used to my laptop I bought a couple of years ago, that's for sure. Let Nuge rest. Vote for Hughes in the All-Star game. Like I said, no cap space, and they'll have to pay Hughes the bonus money. This is good. This is good to see. The bonus money is the screwy. Saw the Nuge goal. Beauty also loved that we don't quit this season. That's the other side too, right? I don't care if we need a power play to do it. I don't care what we need, but just get the job done. Some games we have, but it's the exception this year. That's the thing. We took this game way too lightly to start. That's all I can say, but it is what it is. So Oilers to reach 70 points. Fewest games. McDavid's on the exact same pace he was last year. That's the stupid part. McDavid's on the exact same pace he was last year. 70 points in 46 games. Unreal. And did they make you behind for the same reason 6:30 Chet is always behaved? No, it's not that. It's I watch on the Sportsnet streaming service, so they're delayed. Then YouTube delays it about 15 seconds. So all in all, I'm probably delayed about 30 seconds by Sportsnet, and then 15 seconds by this. And Nuge is buzzing. Well, this second line's buzzing. Here we go. Clef bomb, let's go. Up the ice and Draisaitl across. Ooh, here we go, here we go, here we go. Oof. Nuge can't tuck it. Can't tuck it. Oh, Nuge again. Jeez, buzzing is no doubt. Here we go. Let's go, boys. Let's get this up and running. You like to see it. Clef bomb, clef bomb. Get that across. Let's shoot that puck. Nuge, nothing there. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. Nuge down. And look at this line going to work. Guys, this is so beautiful to see. The Oilers have a second line that doesn't consist of Draisaitl and McDavid double shifting. Absolutely dominating the past few games. That's crazy. And yeah, I think it's depending on the performance bonus, it counts against the cap or not. I think season-ending performance bonuses don't, but in-season bonuses do. Like, for instance, Mike Smith's bonuses do count against the cap. But if you get a 1 million bonus if you make the playoffs, I don't think that counts against the cap. You know what I mean? Like, in-season, like 82-game season bonuses count against the cap. The other ones don't. Nuge just missed that one, and that's frustrating. That was 3-2 right there, guys. That was 3-2. That was 3-2. That hurts. Alright, let me throw you an ad quickly, and let's get back to this. And lose an OT, that keeps the point streak alive. I don't care if we lose an OT. Losing an OT against Eastern Conference teams doesn't cost me nothing. A point is a point, and I'll keep going. And signing bonuses do, yeah, signing bonuses. And I think signing bonuses, yeah, so they factor in to average out with actual salary, if that's correct, right? I think that's how it works. Because I know that's how we have McDavid at 12.5. Go quickly see, what do we got? Twitter, Nuge tie game, Nuge tie game. Let me just quickly check my Twitter here, see how that tweet impacted things. $169, nice. And yeah, the thing with Nuge is he's looking like himself again because he's got actual wingers to play with. That's what we like about it. And Miles, welcome back. Glad to see you. What are you thinking of this one? 2-2 between the Habs and Oilers. Team you didn't want to cheer for last game, and team you probably don't want to cheer for ever. And Nuge looking like himself. Already talked about that. They'll win in OT. I don't know. We lost last year in OT against Montreal. So that was frustrating. An iPod, welcome in. And we're getting 2 points tonight, Jason. We'd like it. Last man in. Everybody's saying vote Nuge. I think Loyal's saying vote Hughes. And let's see. Vote Nuge now. Yeah. Vote Nuge now. That loyalty hat. I gotta get myself something loyalty, Brandon. I definitely do. 100%. Let's. Ooh. See that little dusty patch under Nuge's lip? Man, looking good. Looking good. That's gonna be his style. What are we doing after this? I'm ripping the game review, and then I'm ripping some beef barley soup. That's all there is to it. I'm ripping that beef barley soup that's sitting on the stove. I've had soup 3 days in a row now, and I ain't complaining. She's minus 20 outside. I ain't complaining a minute about soups on the stove. That's just the Alberta way. That's the Canadian way. Here we go. Let's get it going. Hayden Fleury behind the net, or is that Kale? That's Kale. That's Kale. Smitty's beauty. Yeah, you know what, Smitty, you say what you will about him being a terrible goalie, but he's still a fun cat to have in the locker room, that's for sure. Maybe next game we go to? What? You killed Toronto, might lose this one. I'm telling you, it's the Oilers' way. This different year, Oil can live in the past. Price is bad against the Oil. That's right. Open. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Kaniemi turns it. Nope, that's a shot. Nope, it's blocked by Nurse awkwardly somehow. And now Nygaard's going to get it going. Nygaard getting Kazian out there. So do they have Nygaard? No, it's Neil? That was Neil? No, that's Nygaard. What the heck are these line combinations all of a sudden? As McDavid's going to stay out there. Okay. All right, I'm slightly confused. And Rolly, yeah, you know what? That's the thing, right? An old veteran goalie who's just bound for one last shot of glory. That's what you like to see in the NHL, and that's what Smitty brings, and that's what Rolly brought. Rolly brought the heart. Rolly brought, hey, I want to get this done, and I'm going to do absolutely everything I can. Who remembers the baseball paddle wax with the puck out to center ice? Let's be serious. You want to talk about Smith moving the puck? Ain't nobody done that since. Neil gets that working down. Archibald out there. So they've shuffled the lines around. It's Archibald on the top line. Okay. Archie getting rewarded for not scoring points tonight. 27 shots for Montreal, by the way. Here we go. Let's go. Price out to play that one. 12 minutes to go. My back's starting to hurt. I really need to get an actual chair. That'd be the upgrade. I thought I was going to do that in the new year, and then I go and instead buy an Oiler ticket to the Saturday game. That's what I do. And you know who lost us the cup? Marc-Andre Bergeron. You guys want to blame somebody for the decade of darkness? Name is Marc-Andre Bergeron. Look at Draisaitl just beasting through the middle. My goodness, move your legs and good things happen. And do I think the Oilers should try and get Max Domi again? It's Brendan Gallagher. Brendan Gallagher's the only answer off the Montreal Canadiens. And do I think the Oilers will make the playoffs? Absolutely. I am diehard on the Oilers making the playoffs. That's right, until someone rolled over Rolly, because that's what Marc-Andre Bergeron did. Very upset. 9-year-old Tyson is still very, very upset about that. Here we go. Draisaitl can't get it across, and we're still moving our feet. Keep it going. Thompson shoots the puck across. That's a nice blocker to the face by Smith to one of the Canadiens players. Crash the net. Yeah, you're going to get a blocker to the face. That's old school right there. 10:47 to go. She's tied, and the pace is picked up. Just straight up blame. Yep. Yeah, I did. An Oil goal. Oh, goodness. Here we go. I told you the pace picked up. And you're kidding me. If Chason scores the goal, you're kidding me. As Nygaard is not out there, it's Jujar Kara. Are you kidding me, right? Woo! No way. No. No, 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 no. We didn't just do that. We did not just. That is the greasiest redirection I think I've seen all year. That's an on the ice, on the tape redirection. If I watch this right, look at this. Move, move, bang. Oh, oh. Look at that. Cleft bomb with the play. What is that? That is why you have right-handed shooters on the ice. Chase on heating up. Only a good sign for the Oilers. Only a good sign. Hey. All right, let's hold it. Let's hold it, shall we? That's what we got to do. We've got 10 minutes to hold this lead. Alex Chiasson in his home province scores the goal. Jason, you're on it. You were on the case all game. Let's go get this done, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. That's what we were talking about. 10:15 to go. Bottom six is stepping up. That's Chiasson's sixth goal of the year, by the way. Everybody panicking. He's doing all right all of a sudden. And that's assists to Clefbaum and Russell. That's all right. Clefbaum and Russell. So Russell bails himself out, gets a point after a terrible start to the game. Winnipeg's up 4-3 on Boston, says Tim. That's good for us to know. And whew. Here we go, guys. 9:50 to go in this third period. I'd like to get this going. Let's get this going. Lafreniere. Ooh, Loyal. You know what? Lafreniere to Montreal. That'd be all right. I ain't going to complain. Put Kazian on to crush him. Terrorize. Oh man. Montreal with Kotkaniemi, Domi, Gallagher. Ooh, my goodness. And Carlo, will the Oilers win? Oh, we're waiting to find out. We've got about 9 minutes and 25 seconds to go if memory serves correct. I'm going to throw one of these and then we're going to go the rest of the way without one. And Die? Are you saying WTF? Yeah, I'd be saying WTF too. The Montreal Canadiens just pulled a reverse Buffalo and choked it. And Jackal, let's not get ahead of ourselves. See, that's the thing. And what are the Canadiens doing? They're giving up the lead. They're giving up the lead big time. The Oilers scoring goals. And here we go. That'd be awesome if Montreal got Lafreniere. Ooh, Tampa Bay up 4-0. Yeah. All right, we're gonna just show. I don't usually show this, but garbage Montreal. Guys, have fun. Have fun. This is usually about the Oilers about this time of the game. Whew. That feels good. 3-2. How y'all feeling? How y'all? Oh. Ooh. Tim coming up with the bad news. Tim's got the bad news. It's Calgary 1-0. And Jim, I don't know what you're talking about. Bad penalty. Hold on. We're getting this out of here. And let's go. Nurse second rounder, Gagne for Domi. I wouldn't be giving that much up. Never seen a team get more PP chances than when they're down 1 or 2 goals late at home than Montreal. Couldn't tell you. Am I that far behind? Is there a power play? Got a lot of money on Montreal. Die. Well, that's unfortunate. Justin, the Oilers are looking good right now. That they are. McDavid is next to score a beauty. That would be helpful. Oh, penalty coming to Chris Russell. Really? I was that far behind. My goodness. My internet's terrible today. Wish Price made some insane saves like he did in his old days. Nah, that would cost us goals. That would cost us goals. Oh, hold on, Brett. Oop, sorry, gotta remove that. And here we go. Man advantage for Montreal. Let's get it done, guys. Why am I so far behind? So here we go. 36. There, not season. Hello, Rudy. What are you losing your mind about, buddy? Smith flashing the leather. Like I said, it all changed as soon as we were down 2-1 and Smith flashed the leather. I'm going to be mentioning that in the game review, that's for sure. And Joseph, hello, mates. That's an interesting go, that's for sure. And that's the thing, guys. As soon as Smith flashed the leather, down 2-1, I think he said, let's go. And when you go flashing leather, you got to back it up with some goals. Another Hattie for Pasternak. Oof, that is crazy. I mean, it was a bad penalty. I was too busy being confused by it that I didn't really get it going. And Sheehan, man, great pickup. What? Sheehan did something good? All right, let's see it. Sheehan going. Just trying to make sure the dog doesn't start barking in here. 1:36 to go. Nice play by Sheehan. That's right. Jim, I don't know what you're on that you're so far ahead, but that's beauty. That's where you want to be. 1:25 to go in this third period. Power play for the Habs. Got to make it hard on ourselves. Taking penalties at the end of the game is what we love to do. Yes, we do. Pasta and Marchand, you know what? Who doesn't get enough credit? You know who doesn't get enough credit? Mr. Patrice Bergeron, top 5 player in the NHL. There's like 15 players in the top 5 players in the NHL to me, so don't ask me why I say everybody's a top 5 player. 56 seconds to go on this power play. The Oilers just shutting it down, clamming the net, and getting the job done hopefully here, as we really need to shut this power play down, get a power play of our own, get it to 4-2, score an empty netter, win 5-2. Tell me if I just called it. And another. Anyone see that? Anyone see that? A big glove save again by Mr. Mike Smith to take care of business. Please tell you 3-3. Nothing yet. You'll see it on the scoreboard if you get it. Whoever nearly killed Smith. Yeah, that was a blast of a shot, but another big glove save. NHL.tv. Interesting, Jim. Okay. All right. And here we go. Big save by Mike Smith. He makes it. 3-2, 8:08 to go. 32 seconds on that power play for the Montreal Canadiens. We're going to kill off probably another 5. Oh, here we go. We're going to turn it over, and Mr. Josh Archibald's going to carry it in. Let's go, Josh. Shot that puck off the pad of Carey Price. Good to go. And 13 seconds to go, and we're killing in the offensive zone. You just love to see it. 10 seconds in the power play. Penalty killed. That's what I'm seeing here, is we got 5 seconds to go, and Montreal can't even get out of their own end. That's good news. Let's go. 30 seconds. Okay. All right, Di. All right, we're just gonna like that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we'll do that. Here we go. 3-2. Oilers carrying that puck up. Nice play by Draisaitl out to McDavid, and they're going to call that offside. I hope Talbot lets in several goals. Guys, yeah, I know. I feel bad. Like, I hated Talbot last year, but same right. You don't want to cheer against a guy, but we need to cheer against a guy. And Boston 5-4 on Winnipeg. Oof. Winnipeg chokes that one. This one. Nice play by Archibald. That's a huge play. Diz, welcome in. Welcome in. It's 15 for the Oilers, doing that penalty killing just beautifully. 31 shots for the Montreal Canadiens so far this game. The Oilers got to shut it down right now where I am, so probably 7:23 where you are. 6:50 to go now all of a sudden, and guys, let's just run this clock down, get an empty net goal, get a power play or something, score 4-2, 5-2, good night, it's over. That's all I'm saying. As Montreal can't seem to get out of their own zone and get pressure through the neutral zone all of a sudden. That's good to see. As maybe the Oilers clamping down, getting the job done. Risky business is as risky business does, but by the way, down 2-0, we chased the game. I was just saying we haven't been chasing it, and we got the job done. And Joseph, how's Yam been looking? Yamamoto's had some dangerous chances tonight. He's been working his tail off, moving his feet. That second line just, guys, I don't know what it is. That second line loves to move their feet, and I love it all day. Can't complain about it. Here we go. Draisaitl. Gonna get it going. In the face-off dot, he's given marching orders. As he's out there with... Sure, he's out there with Jujhar Khaira and Alex Chiasson. The goal scorer, Alex Chiasson. Shot, moved back. I guess the defensive zone face-off, that's why they probably didn't have Haas out there. That makes sense. But the Habs going to move this in. Kovalchuk been pretty quiet tonight. And Talbot has been playing good lately, and the Flames are up 1-0. And no, I don't like cheering against Talbot, but I don't mind if it's the Flames. There it is. There's the differentiator. That's the differentiator, if that's even a word. As here we go. 6 minutes to go in this hockey game. Not Yamo's best game, but not bad. That's right. Like Yamo, you know what? He hasn't gotten a point. If he gets a point, it's probably one of his top 2 games all of a sudden. But again, I think the big thing we need to figure out with Yamo is put him on the power play. Put him on the power play. That's all that matters. And Tim coming in with who's actually getting lit up. That being Vancouver. 5-2 by the Flames. Or Florida. Flames. Brutal. Let's see, what are we rocking? 35 of you guys in the chat right now. Appreciate you guys being along for tonight's adventure. A reminder, hit that subscribe button right now, because what that subscribe button will get you is access to the post game I do. I review it. I don't know if you're familiar with what Steve Dangle does for the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's kind of what I do in my post game show. I wrap up the game, give you the stats, talk about what I liked, talk about what I hated, sometimes go on a 10-minute rant that has nothing to actually do with the game. You know what I mean? It's a good time. We go talk hockey. And Oilers on a 3-game winning streak to start 2020. Well, actually, technically a 3-0-1 streak because we lost to start the year against Buffalo in overtime. Now, have I seen the new Star Wars? Can't be bothered. And I mean, the whole team was lackluster until the third, and the second line really started the ball rolling to start the third. That's right. They came boots working, and they got the job done. And I like the new character, Babu. I don't know who that is. And I'm better than Steve Dangle. Well, again, Steve Dangle's much more successful, so I got a long ways to go. I measure it. I don't measure by better. Everybody is unique. That's my key. Everybody's unique in what they do. I don't know. I'm just a weird guy that says weird things. Looks weird. Talks weird. Is weird. That's my strength. My power is being weird. That's always been it. Being weird and passion. But yeah, that Nate Thompson post is kind of the game changer. We kind of won that one because we didn't let that one in. Let's get this going. If Edmonton is going to make the playoffs, they need to get ugly wins like this one if it stays this way. That's true. You need ugly wins. Got to do obnoxious close-up shots. That's me when I'm typing on my laptop trying to find something. And remember my rant against the Penguins. Just remember, I do a I do a lot. I can barely remember what I say some days, and that may bite me at some point. It already bit me once this year, and I feel bad for that. And which NHL team do I hate? Outside of Calgary, Anaheim. Anaheim, that's a big one. I hated Carolina for a long time, and then I realized we play them once or twice a year, and that really doesn't make a difference in the season. I've ranted. What was it against? Was it against the Penguins? Wasn't it against the Penguins at the... I don't know. It's probably the most weirdest guy I've ever known personally. That's the thing, right? I am a very weird guy. For a lot of reasons. And that's the best part about it. You want to see a guy fishing with a broken fishing rod just because I don't feel like buying a new fishing rod? That's it. I will do it. I will cheer for Toronto in the playoffs because I want to see the curse ended, right? Mediocrity. Same thing as the Oilers, but it's what it is. And Archibald out there with 97 and 18, you betcha. Mr. Archibald's gotten the boost up to the top line. The line's kind of in the blender, but somehow it worked. We got the power play goal, but that's it. And Connor McMuffin. We don't need to go back to the muffin rant. We did that one all right. Just wait till the Oilers are consistently in the playoffs. You'll go fast. Well, that's kind of the key. If you guys don't understand why I'm so diehard on the playoffs, is because I need the Oilers to make the playoffs to get these live streams up to like 200, 300 people at once, and then you really start seeing this channel take off. It's a little bit calculated, right? If we close out, I say start Smith against this old team. I think I'd go Koskinen if Koskinen's ready, just because Koskinen's well rested, and against Calgary Saturday night, I'd love to see Koskinen dominate a game. And I hate the Canucks, Ducks, and Johnny Hobbin Flames. That's all right. 4:09 to go, guys. I don't want to watch because I don't want to watch anything go wrong here. Game 7 of Toronto versus Boston again. That's, again, always what happens. Smith versus Talbot, though. If they start Talbot, I'll take Smith in net. That's granted. I will. 3:52 to go for the Oilers. We're closing this one down. We've got about 2 minutes till the goalie gets pulled, and then all of a sudden we score 4-2, game over. We're good to go. Now, I've talked too soon. The Habs will score 3-3. We lose in overtime. 4-3 is what it is. That said, we're not doing that. We're winning this hockey game. How many times do I have to go around on myself? Yamamoto versus Johnny fight. They're about the same size. I think they're both, 5'8"? I think Johnny's actually 5'9", if I'm not mistaken. Look at Kassian just moving Brett Kulak around. Look at that take. That's a heck of a take by, Joachim Nygard there. And I just think we got to give Smith one of the games against Calgary. Absolutely. I think in February. The game in February would be a good go for Smith. Ooh, good going. And maybe you start Smith to get him hot again against Calgary, right? Heat him up in the Flames. Heat him up at the Saddle Dome. So we got 3:01 to go, and look at the Oilers just controlling it in the zone. And it's nobody on the ice. It's Sheehan, Kassian, and Nygard out there. And we just dominated the Habs for a minute straight in their zone. Hit of the game. What's the hit of the game? I didn't even know. Oh, it's the Adam Larson hit on Ilya Kovalchuk. Nice. Nice. Just kind of flattened him. Just kind of boop, over him. Yam is 8'5" or 5'8.5". Well, that's good for Yam. It's amazing to see him actually having success. I didn't think he'd have success. Look at this. Bang, and look at that. Kassian keeping a play alive. That's what you got to do. You got to grease the goalie sometimes, and they grease our goalies, but we get it done. And I love it when the commentators start getting enthusiastic. You can see you so excited. Oh, buddy, when I just start seeing the Oilers do something right, I start getting excited. Because let me tell you, it gets good. Especially when the chat turns, right? That moment the chat turns to, we got this, let's get this done. Kassian is a very useful player. And that's the thing. I think the thing that nobody really pays attention with when it comes to Kassian is that he doesn't have to produce points to be effective, right? That's Kassian's game. He can do it all, kind of deal. You like to see it. So here we go. Let's get this going. Mike Smith out to play the puck. Thankfully, the empty net's not there. And let's get this going. Let's go. Big hit there by Jujhar Khaira. You like to see it. And alright. Well, buddy, yeah. What are we doing? There's 2:07 to go in this second or third period. Habs rushing in. And biggest draft steal was Nail Yakupov. Man, I miss Yak. If we would have developed that kid right, he would have been fantastic. If we would have actually put him in the minors, worked him up, built him to be a hockey player, we would have been good. And Mike Smith might get the empty netter. We need Mike Smith to get the empty netter, absolutely. And if Mike Smith gets the empty netter here, we're good. 1:33 to go. I've not been paying as close attention because I don't want to watch this one get crapped away, but at the same time, bear with another giveaway because he hit the boards too hard. But we've got, again, McDavid's out there. He's out there with Sheehan and Archibald, though. Okay, this is better. McDavid greasing with Sheehan and Archibald, that makes me more comfortable. 15 seconds to go before the final minute. We got to win this one. Let's get the empty netter here, boys. Weber, ooh. Oh, look at Mike Smith. Look at Mike Smith doing that leather dirty with 1:04 on the clock. If we let in a goal now because of that, that's going to be an issue. And had a good little stint before McDavid's issue. Never got a chance with him afterwards. Never understood why Todd never threw them together again. You never know. And Yak had an unreal shot. Yak was high potential. You don't get taken first overall because you didn't have good potential. And we just failed him. Seriously, we failed Mike Yakupov. Or Nail Yakupov. And Smith, what are we talking about? Okay, hold on. I'm seeing Smitty and Smith in the chat, and I'm very confused. But right now, we've got the timeout, so we need to do this, and I'm going to just quickly grease this like this. Sorry, but... Guys, if you want to leave a like on the stream, if you're enjoying the Oilers winning, I'm not saying like the stream because I'm good or I'm bad. Like the stream because you're enjoying the Oilers winning. That's the key. Or downvote. That's fair too. And is Koski still our best goalie? Absolutely. And Rick, you're late to the game, but here now, well, let's finish it off. We got 1:04 on the clock. 25 shots for the Oilers. 3 goals. 2 for the Montreal Canadiens. I can't talk. I have difficulty talking. 1:06 on the clock. And Claude Julien just doesn't even know what's going on. He's just like, oh man, we're about to lose 8 straight. I'm about to get fired. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And here we go. Draisaitl. Trying to get the job done in the face-off dot. Tell me McDavid's not out there, please. That would be dandy. And we failed Gene Principe too. Imagine the puns he could have had with Yak. 4-2 Oil. Did we actually figure out the empty netter twice within a span? Can't tell me. An Archie empty netter. You are kidding me. Archibald gets an empty netter. 17 one-goal losses this season. Here we go. 49 seconds to go. Draisaitl out there greasing the empty net goal. And it's going to be turned over at some point here. You guys are still ahead of me. Here we go. Draisaitl to Sheehan. Or is that Nuge? Archibald? Woo! Let's go, boys. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Archibald scores to make it 4-2. Nuge with the helper. And there it is. Tim, I have a feeling. I have a weird feeling you've just been sitting back all this time since it was 2-0 and saying, oh yeah, game's in the bag for the Oilers. Similar to what I was doing when it was 3-1 for the Russians the other day. They must have practiced empty net shots in practice. I guess so. Look at Nuge with the helper. Archibald. Bang! In the back of the net. Rick, that one's for you for tuning in so late. You get a goal just before the game expires. Come on. Now what Montreal has to do is pull the goalie again. We're inventing new ways to win. Wolf, I'm going to have to use that in the whatchamacallit game review, because that's true. And 4-0 Tampa Bay over Arizona. How sweet it is, guys. This is a must-win for a lot of reasons. We had to have this one, and we got this done. As here we go, Mike Smith getting it going. Good win, Jim. Absolutely. Here it is. 4th goal for Josh Archibald. So Sheehan gets his 5th. Josh Archibald gets his 4th. Nuge and Hopkins, Draisaitl get points. Nuge is huge. Everyone talks about that McDavid goal, but the Nuge takeaway and pass was just nice. That's right. And game over, turning out. Great live stream. All right, we'll catch you in the game review, Fish. I hope to see you in the game review talking about what you like this game. Draisaitl has 69 points. Nice. And thank you so much, Rick. And Calgary is next. That's right, Calgary is next. There we go. Big save for Mike Smith, guys. 22 seconds on the board. Gonna have to tune it into these more often. Had fun, Brett. Absolutely, guys. These streams, they're a weird formula to me. It's not something I personally do just as a viewer a lot, but streaming it helps me kind of get a little bit more of a gauge of what's actually going on in the game, as opposed to being distracted on my phone for 60 minutes kind of deal sometimes. 15 seconds to go. 14, 13. Good win, Brett. Thank you for tuning in. Jason, thank you for tuning in. Guys, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, because I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV. It's a 4-2 Edmonton Oilers win. And as always, I am up on Oda here to do the game review. Catch me in about 25 minutes time. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm gone.